What is up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. I'm Brayathorn. How are we doing this evening on this Thursday as we near the end of April? How can 1 year, like half of a year, like feel like it's crawling by, yet go by in the blink of an eye at the same time? So weird. But what's up? Glad to have you all here. Hope everybody's doing well. Chris, what's going on over on YouTube? Chris Crawford, welcome in. Glad to see you. Bluesionic Wolf, Bone Shock, good to see y'all. Yeah, we are here, and I got some pretty interesting stuff here for y'all this evening. And you know what it is. If you are, if you know, for those who maybe catch this later and you're not sure what this is about, I talk about Pokemon. I rip packs, and also I talk about other things like and sometimes I help people with PCs. It used to just be all PCs, but not as many people are buying those these days because they can't. That's right. That's why they cannot do it. But you know, that's what it is. That's what we do here. So I'm not here doing rip and ship. I'm not going to be ripping packs every second of the stream and doing bounties and doing stuff like that. I'm a collector, and I'm trying to build the raddest Pokédex ever, and that's a different. I have my own approach to that. But I'm glad to have y'all here, regardless. What's up, Shanala? How's it going? Not Jaspers. How you doing? Polaris Racer, welcome in. Yeah, so we got some interesting stuff here. Including something that, if you know your stuff when it comes to Pokemon sets, like not even like current ones, but maybe from several years ago, you might be like, why would he buy that? Well, that's because, well, it wouldn't make sense if I was like, oh, I gotta open stuff and see if I get my money back, which is just not, it's usually not the case. You don't really do that usually. It's more about, I'm trying to build Pokédex by mostly catching all of the Pokemon myself by ripping packs. So that is one aspect of how we get Pokemon for our Pokédex, right? And there is a glaring issue with the way that I'm doing that, because well, one of the generation, there's a generation where I'm missing the most cards from, 26 cards to be exact, 26 Pokemon. That is Gen 7. Oof, very expensive generation to buy cards from. So just in the editing minds, I wish you the best of luck. Did you know that there are people who enjoy editing video? If it's not like a PC montage, I'm not enjoying myself usually. I'll be honest. It needs to be something fun, or but there are people who just like, I like, this is my art. This is what I do. Yeah. But before I talk about the thing that I've been very vaguely going towards, we do have this. We have the 151 surprise simplified Chinese box here, that if it has that card in it, well, that one's worth a lot. It's just worth a lot. Let's see if I can find that price on that one. Yeah, that one is ungraded, $1,341. It's a Gengar and Pikachu card. And it could be in this very box right here. Now, that's not why we do this, but I have never opened one of these before. And this has jumbo packs in it, 20 cards each. So it's funny how generally, okay, so if you look at Chinese and Japanese sets of Pokemon cards, there's two things that most people know. The quality is usually better. Any simplified Chinese cards are printed in the same place all the Japanese cards are printed, by the same company, I should say. And that the hit rates are better because they have more stringent rules against gambling. However, supposedly that particular Pikachu card, which is funny because Gengar is much larger than Pikachu in that card, and there's also a couple other Pokemon in it too. Apparently that one is very hard to get. So, but still, I mean, a PSA 10 is like $2,600, and but that's it. The thing is, it's unusual that a PSA 10 is only double the raw value of like $1,340, so $1,340. Anyways, now so there is much more perspective gain from this if that's what you're in for, right? Not so when it comes to this Sun and Moon Crimson Invasion booster box. Not whatsoever. The most valuable card you can pull from this is like $65, and that is a rainbow secret rare, secret rainbow rare, rainbow secret rare, Gyarados GX. That's it. That's the most valuable card in this. But being Sun and Moon, this was not cheap to get. However, there are a ton of Pokemon cards potentially in there that in those 36, right? 36 packs. That's a booster box. 36 packs, yeah. There are a ton of Pokemon in here that I need from Gen 7, including a ton of Ultra Beasts. As you can see on the outer box there is Guzzlord right there. And there's Buzzwole right there. And there's Kartana right there. Lots of Pokemon we need could be in here. So that's what I'm after. That is the cost of being a collector sometimes. Like, I don't go to a lot of card shows, and right now I can't go to any, at least for the next couple of weeks. So I got to rip. That's what I got to do. Oh, hey, as I said, I bought an ETB of. Nice. Imagine a sound and cat gif right here. Got it. Welcome, Natty. If I didn't already say hi, welcome in. I did speak back to you in the spreadsheet a little bit ago. John Paul Bacon, welcome in. Glad to see you. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, fun fact, in this set, there is a regular Gengar card that is worth $20. Just a regular Gengar. That's the power of Gengar for you. Let's bring that down a little bit. Keeps drifting up. Okay. And of course, the reverse holo is $21. But yeah, this is it. Like, but if you look at all of these Ultra Beasts, Rainbow Secret Rares. Also, Silvally we need. There's also a gold secret rare energy, water energy, that I would really love to get. That'd be really cool to have. But Nihilego, Kartana. Let's Buzzwole. There's various Guzzlords. Which, who named the Ultra Beasts? I mean, like, some of them are okay, but like, Silvally, we need. This, I am affectionately calling the Derpy Chew. Oh my, who did this? Okay. Usually in the older sets, Pokédata doesn't have the highest resolution pictures, but I can't really tell. But how derpy is this Pikachu? I need it. I need it. I have a mighty need for this. That is amazing. Off to a strong start there, Natty. The trainer card's also really cool in this, but as y'all know, I'm not the type, like, I like really cool trainer cards, but I'm not the type that, and I'm not the type who's like, it's not the rare's not a Pokemon. Like, why is it a people and not a Poke? No, I'm not, but we do have a goal. So we want any rare cards that we get to be Pokemon for the Pokedex. And there's some really cool, like Silvally looks awesome here. There's just a ton of cool cards in this that we need for the Pokedex. Kamo-O, I don't think I have yet. Look at this. Reverse Holo Yukimori Starmie. And also the Primeape as well. I would really like both of those. Yeah, there's a bunch of Pokemon in here that we need. Type Null, we need. Don't have that yet. And I must have missed something at some point. Unless, I mean, I must be crazy, because I'm sure in the half a year I've been doing this, I must have pulled an Altaria somewhere. I don't have it on the spreadsheet. It's a missing Pokemon. It's Altaria. It's like, that's a pretty, isn't it? I don't know. I guess maybe not. There is a human element here when it comes to tracking all of this, okay? And that human element is me. I got the Buzzwole GX and the Rainbow Alolan Executor. Nice. John, I'm doing good. I'm doing good tonight. Jangmo-O, I think, is another one I need. That whole evolution line, I'm fairly certain. What else? I don't know. This is going to be another one where as I'm opening it, I'm going to pause now and then to see if a Pokemon is new or not. And that just gets cut out in the edit when, you know, that happens. I really like this Magikarp too, by the way, with like the submarine in the back. I like it. I like that Magikarp a lot. I wish it was playable because it's pretty cool. It's very cool. Because the move here is just get your Gyarados and evolve me. Like, that's the move that it has, Waterfall Evolution. But there's not a ton of like full art cards in this set. It's just that there's a ton of Pokemon we don't have. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited. But if someone really just has a sort of a single-minded, although I would say that my collecting is also single-minded because, you know, we have our mission that we're on, right? Build the raddest Pokedex ever. But if someone is coming in single-mindedly being like, well, that set sucks because you can't, well, don't buy it then. I did though, because in my situation, it's a great set. So that's just another example of how subjective the concept of value is. Yeah, I'm excited. I love how on this Guzzlord it goes all the way to the edge here. That's really cool. Oh, another thing. Where did I put that card? Where did I put it? Was it you? No. Okay, yes, here. So something pretty surprising. I'll go back here while I'm looking this up. Something really surprising for me here. Oh, yeah. No, it's right. It's correct. So, if you remember when I opened the Celebrations ETB, it had a promo card, and that promo card was, here, I'll zoom in for this. That promo card was this Radiant, this Gold Star Greninja with the Cosmo Hollow, the Celebrations 25th anniversary stamp on it. This Gold Star Greninja. This promo card is worth $32, but $37 by itself, just raw, right there, ungraded. And this one's actually pretty well centered. Like, it's pretty nice. I think the corners are a problem though. Like, if you really look at it, the corners are not, they don't have a perfect radius to them. That's something that you can get dinged for. But I was looking it up and I was like, huh? Because it's like $37 raw, and then a 9.5 is $81. A PSA 10 is $1,434. What the heck? Why just a 10? Like, I've seen a lot of like gaps when it comes to a 9.5 to a 10, but this is crazy. This is excessive. Like, it makes me think I should get that. It's not going to be a 10. I don't think it would be a 10 considering those corners. But I saw that. I was like, I mean, what do I got to lose? Why not, right? Shanala says, and this is highlighted to make sure we all see it. Chat, Bray, I would just like to say that whenever you're feeling down and it seems like the world is against you, just remember what Guzzlord always says. Ah! Yes. Ah! I will ruin my voice trying to do that. I don't know how the voice actor for James did so many of those just straight up screaming into the microphone takes. Yeah. Why not? Yeah, I could send it off. It's just I've never gotten anything graded, so yeah, I don't know. It's just so weird that it goes from $81 at nearly perfect to $1,434 just like that. And that's just like an average. There's some that sold for $1,750. Grading is crazy and card pricing is out of control. Oh, that's one thing. It could have a swirl. Let me see if this one has a swirl, because that's one thing that... Nope, mine does not have a swirl. That one didn't sell for more or anything. I'm just... Cosmo Hollow is the best because you get those little differences. I want to grade my Greninja and Dragonite, but PSA has been major stinky. Yeah, I would send it to Tag or something like that. Let me see. A Tag 10 is 727, so it's not as much. CGC 10 Pristine would be 1325. A BGS, as in Beckett, a Black Pristine 10 is $9,325 for a Greninja, like not full art. It's crazy. That's crazy. Also, if you get a grade 1, it's worth $100. It's so funny. A CGC 10 is $212. It has to be a pristine 10 to be worth anything. Yeah, PSA, I don't think I ever want to send anything to them. I just don't. I've heard way too much. The great thing about, like, there's a lot of downsides to social media, a lot. But the great thing is there are certain things that in the past, perhaps companies, corporations, companies, monopolies, things like that would have gotten away with, and they just get called out for now. And it's wonderful. That whole thing where they like they rated someone's card a 9 and they're like, yeah, sorry, it's a 9, blah, blah, blah. We won't tell you why. You could sell it to us for like $80 or whatever. And then he was like, okay, fine. And then they regraded it. Oh, we reevaluated it as a 10. We're selling it for like $2,000 or whatever it was. I don't remember. It was crazy. And they got so busted. Like, who the hell is in charge over there? Do you not understand the power of social media when used for good? And no, they don't. That's, yeah. But check this out. Check this out. Check out where we're at here. We now are, we're inching closer. 934 out of 1,025. We're well under 100 left. Well under 100 remaining to finish this out. So yeah. Also, I did get caught up. I'm all up to date. That Ascended Heroes first partner pin collection box, 0 and 0. It was so bad. Yes, this was our thing here. That was just Natty saying updating time. I was done by that point already. That was Natty, but yeah. So yeah, we're going to do some, so I have another Ascended Heroes thing because they came out with these boxes and they were in stock locally for me, of like Mega Meganium, Mega Feraligatr, and Mega Embor. They only let me buy 2. I was like, I want to do a versus thing with all 3 of them. So I have the Mega Feraligatr one on order. So I can't open the other 2 until I have all 3. So, I mean, I might do it because it would be 3 videos. Like that's fine, I guess. But there's only like 4 packs per box. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. Now, it's a lot cheaper than buying a booster box, a booster bundle, I should say. Booster bundles market value is like $80, and that's 6 packs. These things are like $50, and they're 4 packs. It's so stupid. Angry Beaver, I'm complaining. I'm complaining. Well, I mean, you know, par for the course. But I'm not complaining at the fact that we are less than 100 away from the full Pokédex. And I've got a box here that's probably going to add a solid number. I'm going to make that last, though. I'm not going to open the whole box tonight. That'd be crazy. But I'm going to do like a few videos of like 6 packs each in the videos. And we'll do, you know, we'll do that. 6 videos out of that. There you go. Oh, man. Anyways, how are you guys doing? Talk to me. What's going on? What's going on in your world? I kind of want to get going with this. Where was I here? I've started a Pokemon Black Nuzlocke. Nice. Oh, you're sick? That sucks. Sorry to hear that, Beaver. I hope you get better soon. Hope you feel better soon. Oh, it's not 20 cards each. This has 20 packs containing 7 cards each. That's the opposite of what I thought. 20 packs with 7 cards each. So that's more than usual from the Chinese simplified Chinese boxes, but yeah. Chilling in bed with you, Bray. This intimate in a way I can understand. You made it a little weird, but I will let that pass because you're an OG. Panther, what's going on? Welcome. How are you? Astro 5090, welcome in. How you doing? How you doing? Actually, let me start with the Crimson Invasion first. We'll start with that first. Just realized you're on and popped in. Thank you for popping in. Glad to have you here. What do you know? I'm wearing a shirt that says, "Let's get weird." I feel like the stars are perfectly aligned. I think I'm going to go to the gas station for some lotto. Absolutely. Sure. Okay, let me ask you guys this. Random question, and it's okay. I'm allowed to do these because I'm a streamer, right? Like, is that a thing? I'm making it a thing. When you go to like get gas, or when you go with someone to get gas or something like that, I don't know if you drive or not as an individual, but whatever. You go to the gas station or convenience store. What is one thing that's like a guilty pleasure thing that you get there, like most frequently? Like you see it, all right, you're getting it, that kind of thing. For me, with CFS, it's generally going to be like, if I see a Monster flavor that I really like, or just an energy drink that I'm interested in, I'll try that. I usually get an energy drink or something. But Re-Sticks. I already know with you, Natty, it's Kit Kats. You don't even have to say it. I know it. And I don't know if you've had the Big Cat, but that thing's really good. Monsters, yep. I'm really digging the mango one right now. Three Musketeers is a good choice. I like that. It's simple. It's good. All right, we're gonna rip some packs. I do need to get the form open to keep an eye on whether someone, because you know, people will tend to fill out the form and then not say anything. Let's go over that stuff really quick. If you're here to get help with a PC, even if you see me ripping packs or whatever, just be patient. I will help you out. It's a little rough right now to buy a PC. If that's what you're here for, just a heads up. But all you got to do is, if you're watching on Twitch, wait for the thing to pop up where it says, want help getting the right PC for your budget and needs, fill out this form. And there's a link at the end of that paragraph. Just fill out that form. And then you got to let me know. Try to be active in chat so I know you're here, right? When did that change? Why did it take Google Sheets out of my most used things? That's weird. Okay, if you're here watching on YouTube, all you got to do is go to the description. It's even easier. You go to the description. The first thing there is a link to the form so you can fill it out and get some help. Now, if you're watching on Twitch, after you fill out the form, there's an emote you can use for free. You don't need to be a subscriber. You can just be following. And that just says I'm on the list. Please use that in chat if you do fill it out on Twitch. And if you are watching on YouTube, no such thing. I mean, there's an emote there for members, but they don't allow me to put custom emotes for people who are not members. So don't even bother with that. You can just type @Brayathorn. I'm on the list. When you start typing @Brayathorn, it'll help you type that out. It'll help you spell that out properly, which you do need to for it to highlight my name. That's how I see it. How you guarantee that I see it. I did help someone last stream. Anyway, following those steps will get you on the form, and it'll help you. You'll submit the form. You'll be in this spreadsheet here. You'll pop up here, and then I can help you out. But I don't just sit here like staring at that, waiting for a name to pop up. You do have to be active in chat and tell me. And you can't fill out the form and just jet and think, oh, he'll email me on his own time. Nope. It's only if you are here that I can help you. So stick around, and I will help you out. Stockies. Yeah, that's something I can't do often, but sometimes it hits. Baconettes, chicharrones, hot and spicy flavor. Interesting. I don't think I've tried the hot and spicy flavor of that. Angry Beaver says, worth the wait. Are you talking about getting help on the PC? Because I agree, if that's what you're saying. Josh Eicher 3064. What should I expect to spend if I want a PC that's equal to... Okay. It's not... It's... Okay. I like the ability... Okay. Equal to, maybe slightly better than a new gen console. I like the ability to log in and just play on console. How much maintenance does a PC need? Right now, PCs are expensive. They're more expensive than they normally would be because of the global shortages you've probably heard of. So storage, RAM, GPUs, soon CPUs. At least that's the rumblings that we're hearing. Basically, right now, when it comes to CPUs, we're probably in the stages where we're at for RAM in like August of last year. No, just before that, right? Maybe July, where we were being warned of what was coming. And that's what's being said about CPUs. Intel and AMD are preferring to take the silicon they have and put it into server chips. This is how it happens. And those companies are just as bad as NVIDIA and Micron and all of that. Remember that if you're ever thinking, I like AMD and AMD likes me. No, you're half right. AMD is not your friend. They are a corporation. They have shareholders. That's their friends. Unless you're one of those shareholders. And even then, if you're a voice that's saying, hey, we need to take care of consumers and not throw everything we have into AI, you're going to be one, like the only shareholder saying that. Anyways, so that's, you can thank AI for that. If so, let's say you're in college and you use AI to write your papers and stuff. Thanks. You helped make this happen. So no, it's not necessarily your fault. It's just like, I'm not anti-AI as a concept. I am anti, well, AI companies and the tech companies that are facilitating all of this and basically leaving consumers, the very consumers that got them to a place where they could cash in on AI, they're leaving us in the dust. It's great. It's awesome. We love it. Now, that means there's no more like solid sub $1,000 PCs. It's just not a thing anymore. Not something not any PCs I'd recommend. Now, it sounds like you're new to PCs, so I wouldn't recommend going onto Facebook Marketplace and buying a used PC because you don't have any troubleshooting methodology yet. You don't know how to fix a PC if it's not performing the way you would like it to, as in, you know, working and doing PC things. Now, if you say, I like just being able to boot up my console and log into it and game, that's not how PCs work. There's work to set up all your game library through Steam and do all that. Once you've done that, it's pretty easy. Yeah. But people like PC gaming because it's not console gaming. If you're looking for a console gaming experience, I would probably recommend a console. If you don't need a PC for anything else, or you don't like, you look at the PC gaming landscape or like the benefits of it and it doesn't appeal to you of having a way larger game library and like being able to mod games very easily without that game having to have an in-game mod workshop kind of thing or mod store kind of thing. If that doesn't appeal to you, don't buy a PC. It's not for you. Anyone who's like, PC gaming is the only way to game, they're clearly wrong. Consoles are great, especially if you prefer to sit on your couch and play games. You can do that with a PC, but it's more work to get that going. And then you're kind of wasting some of the like neatness of having a PC. And how much maintenance does a PC need? Just dust it out now and then, usually. Also clean out your OS with just like a utility like CCleaner. That's it. When you're gaming, don't leave like 11 Chrome tabs open in the background. All right, cool. The number one thing that can slow down a PC, the user. Well, thank you, Beaver. I appreciate that. I'm going to get a Steam Machine as backup. How? They're not selling it. It is super duper delayed. How are you going to do that? I'm very interested to know, Astral 5090. Mincan's ME 5090 Saitem breaks into Pisces. Astral, do you smell toast right now? Are you okay? What was that? I gonna get Steam Machine as backup. Mincan's ME 5090 Saitem breaks into Pisces. I'm a Virgo, if you're wondering, by the way. Not sure if it was a good deal, but I picked up the 151 Alakazam EX box for 85 bucks. My first 151 packs. How many packs was in there? It's really just price per pack that you look at. Thanks, corporations. As usual, boning small guy, this time to make machines to make it easier to bone small guy. True. And we'll fire the small guy, actually. Yeah. Maple bacon jerky, my guilty pleasure. Yeah, that's good stuff. That is good stuff. Astral, I need you to slow down. I need you to slow down and show us that you can type sentences that are readable, please. This is all I have is the words on the screen. And I feel like I'm losing brain cells. Slow down. I'm not going anywhere. I stream for like 4 hours. I'm gonna get a Steam machine. No, I know what was said. I was able to parse it eventually. I'm just trying to encourage that. Like, just do it for me, please. Big pros and cons between the two. Indeed. Watch the sites you go to on PC. On anything, really. Phone, too. Virgo rocks. Thank you. Maybe AMD needs to release more X3D X2 chips at more price points. What they need to release, John Paul, is they need to release a 9600 X3D for like $250. That's what they need to do. That's it. Maybe less. Less would be better. Make it 200, make it 199. Make Intel sweat, because Intel is very excited about Nova Lake and how they're gonna pull the rug out from under AMD. Well, what AMD is doing right now, you guys, I just want to point this out as a glaring issue here. What AMD is doing right now, they are essentially pushing the ceiling for maximum pricing on standard desktop CPUs, for consumer desktop CPUs, higher and higher. A $900 consumer grade desktop CPU is just plain unacceptable. I don't care what's in it. That price sucks. That means the CPU sucks. There are no bad products, only bad prices, right? Okay, there are some bad products, yes. But the general saying, the thing is, a bad price can make a product bad because of the price to performance that you get from it. So AMD came out the gate saying, hey, look at our new CPU. It sucks, because they want too much money for it. And what Intel's going to see, because you see Intel's next flagship is supposed to be a 52-core CPU with their version of 3D V-Cache, okay? More cache than the 9950X 3D V2. That's the double 3D V-Cache chip. It's going to have more cache, more L3 cache than that. But the lesson that Intel was learning was that, oh, low prices on CPUs gets people in the door. This gets customer loyalty, because their stuff sits on shelves until they drop prices. The 265K, and by extension the 270KP, whatever, they didn't sell until the prices dropped. But once the prices dropped, they were the best CPU deal on the market. So we could be looking at a 52-core high cache CPU for like $500 for the price of a Core Ultra 9. That is what we need for those who are doing gaming and productivity. Amazing. It would be amazing. But AMD is teaching them, hey, you can raise your prices and people are willing to buy it. That's if people are willing to buy it. But so what I'm saying is, don't buy it. Don't buy it unless you absolutely need it. And looking at the reviews, you don't. Unless you are a streamer who makes money from streaming and you run a crazy stream with tons of stuff going on while gaming, you don't need this CPU. It's funny how it's the perfect CPU for that use case, and they don't advertise that. And reviewers don't mention that. I'm trying to bait a question because I was gonna say this one hilarious line from a video by Soviet Womble where someone goes, I'm fluent in idiot. Okay, well, yeah, more money to NVIDIA. Well, I mean, that's just when NVIDIA, like, it's funny because Brent, UFD Tech, he had a short where he was talking about how Intel is supposedly skipping the Celestial generation of GPUs. You know, it went Alchemist, Battle Mage, Celestial, ABC, right? They're skipping that, apparently, or they're canceling it to go to the next one. And to Druid, I think is what it's called. And he said leaving it to a duopoly for the GPU market. NVIDIA has 90%. That is not a duopoly. Intel needs to have a multi-generation platform to compete with AM5. Look, the AM5 socket support and AM4 socket support going for 10 years is great. It really is. But AMD has really gone off the deep end when it comes to their pricing. And it wasn't just this. It was the fact that they released a CPU that added single-digit performance difference and added like 10% to the price, 15% to the price, depending on sales on 9800X3Ds. Like the 9850X3D was not what we needed at CES. It was the 9600X3D, but that they refused to release. I don't know if it's because it would cheapen the image of the, maybe that's why they made the 7600X3D a Micro Center exclusive. I don't know. I don't know why they won't release it. But like 1080p gaming machines, 9600X3D, that is all it needs. If you're doing competitive 1080p gaming, that's it. You go with that, you're going to be settled. You're going to be set. You're good. But they refuse to make one. I don't know. It's whatever. Money over everything. I mean, if you're a major corporation with shareholders, yes, that is literally what they're supposed to do, and it sucks. The unfettered greed is what's killing everything. I'm so over it. Yeah, we're all feeling it. Is AMD doing what Intel once did? Get too comfortable at the top? Yes, they are. Yeah. Intel is coming back with basically Intel is vastly outpacing AMD in core count, which is what AMD did with Ryzen to Intel, by the way, where AMD was the better choice for productivity. Intel is now the better choice for productivity. I don't care if you have a chart that shows an AMD CPU that is $700 and now $900 being at the top by a little bit. If the one just beneath it is half the price, AMD is not winning. That is a loss for AMD. It would need to be a huge lead in performance to justify that price difference. And it doesn't. Okay? The thing is, Intel is not necessarily, I can't guarantee that Intel is going to unseat AMD as the gaming kings, right? They would have to have a very cheap CPU that has that extra cache in order to beat the 5800X3D in terms of price to performance, right? However, AMD is way too comfortable and they are about to get majorly unsettled. Now, all of this is presuming that there's going to be anything for consumers on the market. That's a lot of cores, 52 cores. That's a lot of silicon, I guess, and highly binned silicon at that point. Like, that's going to be great for servers, and that's what they're going to want it for. So all of this yapping could be for nothing. It could be for nothing. I don't know. Consumerism has cooked people's brains. There are a lot of upset people. I don't necessarily agree with that. The problem is we can't do anything as long as these major corporations can buy out the people who make the legislation. As long as they can do that, we can't do anything. It feels like, right? Other than voting with our wallets. That's it. My reason I don't jump fences for news unless I'm 5,000% proven it's worth it. This is ridiculous, lol. Yes, my upgrades had to be cheapest as possible. So saith Astral 5090. Clearly. I will, look, there's some times where you say stuff like that, and I'm like, yeah, but your name is Astral 5090. The most expensive 5090. Or it was at the time, anyway. The fleecing of America. Yeah, I mean, the people who are supposed to punish monopolies are bought out, or they're bought. A lot of them are bought and paid for on both sides of the aisle by those very companies that have the monopolies. Or are trying to get one. There's no fixing it as long as that's the case. As long as, and I'm not going to get into all this again, But simply put, as long as campaign funding, private equities can put into super PACs and do all these things, as long as that is still allowed, we will never be a priority for our own government. Our own government will never prioritize us in this economy ever, until that funding is eliminated. Eliminated. And this is what I said in the last stream, and this is how I end. And like, I already went over all this. But if you see a politician who is saying these things and is like, we need to end corporate buyouts of candidates and Congress members and Senate and all this stuff, you pay attention to that person. Listen to them and vote if you can for them. Anyways, that's it. That's the only way this gets fixed. That is it. Also, vote with your wallet. That's it. That's it. That's the only way. Otherwise, the AI bubble will be sustained by our taxpayer dollars. Love it. Let's open some Pokemon cards. Yeah? That's what I want right now. All I'm going to say is that I already shared the sentiment, but playing through Cyberpunk just amplifies the sentiment of wanting to punch essentially the owner of every single big corporation. Yeah. Yeah. I get what you're thinking. I had an opportunity to get this GPU, but rest of my PC is 5 years old. You gotta do it. The 9950 X3D 2 versus Threadripper for a high-end desktop build. Well, if you're a professional, Threadripper. If you're a prosumer, or you're or you make some money off of it or whatever, or you're really pursuing that stuff, then maybe you can. I would say don't even get the V2. Don't even get the second version of that. Just get the 9950 X3D, or get a look at the performance of the 270K plus. Look at that. Now, if you want to have upgradability for your CPU, that is a major issue for Intel. I would like to think they're going to fix that. Nova Lake maybe would be the fix. I don't know. Maybe this is their time to finally do that. Maybe the new CEO was like, why don't we do what our competition does there? We're getting eaten alive here. We used to be on top, and we could just do that with impunity. We are no longer on top. We can no longer do that with impunity. Maybe tinfoil, but I feel like we're fast tracking ourselves to that existence. Yep. I mean, the whole thing. I used to love playing Shadowrun back in the days of my tabletop RPG days. And the world was run by corporations like Cyberpunk. And it was, yeah. In my opinion, AMD should release both the Ryzen 5 9500X3D at 150 and the 9600X3D at 200. What would be the difference between the two, though? We need a 6-core 3D V-Cache chip. Just one. I don't think we need two, but I don't think we need two of those. But yeah. Lynx, what's going on? Welcome. How are you? Not tinfoil at all. Cyberpunk is just our current predicament, but in the near future, except we don't get all the cool tech that they do. And we know that corporations control the government, but right now we can still fight them by voting for people opposed to them and by voting over the wallets. Yep. That's essentially it. Let's get off of the politics thing and the depressing stuff, and let's talk about how I'm about to make a huge stride in my Pokédex. And remember, if you want PC help, I do still do that. It's just not many people want that right now. So just fill out the form and give me a heads up in chat that you have filled out the form. All right. Let me just do something here real quick. Yeah, we are missing only 90 Pokemon from the Pokedex now. Amazing. Amazing. Terrible, but we surviving. That sums it up. Yeah, blew my shoulder out waiting for shoulder surgery. Oh, my goodness. Lost my... Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Lynx. And now starting yesterday, PC's randomly going... but yeah, sorry to hear about your grandma. Yeah. PC's randomly going black screen and not wanting to work. Life is great, though. Well, there are ways, Lynx, what I would recommend, there are ways to look up error reports in Windows. Just look up a quick YouTube video on how to do that. Okay? The event monitor, essentially. And you'll be able to see why that might be happening. Now, if it's just solely because of your GPU, there could be reason to worry there, but, you know, yeah, there's troubleshooting that needs to be done. Okay. All right, let's do this. Dude, Bray, I started redeeming all of the TCG codes in the TCG Live. My small collection from the ATB I got took a bit of effort. I cannot imagine redeeming all the codes you got. Yeah, I got a pretty good collection on TCG Live. I need to start playing there to practice, honestly. If you like collecting Pokemon cards from sets that only have the chance to give you a big catch, like a high dollar card, you might want to look away, because that is not my mission here. My mission here is to build the raddest Pokédex ever. And to that end, well, there's a lot of cards I'm still missing. So there's a set that has a lot of those cards, Ultra Beasts, and like your Buzzwole, and Silvally is not an Ultra Beast, right? Kartana, Guzzlord. A lot of these Pokemon are in Sun and Moon Crimson Invasion. But the most valuable card you can pull from this is like $65. So if that bothers you, this video might not be for you, or the videos that follow it. That's right, this one's going to be a 6-video miniseries as we open this booster box 6 packs at a time. Let's get started. Now you might be wondering how much this booster box cost. Well, you've got the internet. I don't want to talk about it. However, I just really, really prefer to catch Pokemon myself rather than having to trade for it or get a promo. So also, this thing was pretty beat up. So it wasn't. It was discounted. Let's just say that it was discounted. Clearly, this thing is not in the best shape. The plastic was pristine, but yeah, it got squished at some point. But here we go. So we're going to be opening 6 packs right now, getting started on this booster box that we just put into sport mode. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Trust me, if this thing had not been damaged, I would not have bought it. All right, 6 packs of Crimson Invasion. Let's get those Ultra. Let's go Ultra Beast hunting. Now, Sun and Moon. Should have really emptied out my pack trash container here. All right, so Sun and Moon should be 4 cards to the front. 1080 GPU, many-year-old PC. She is toast, sadly. Oh, you think it's so it's 100% that it's the GPU? I mean, that does sound like it could be, but I mean, it could be the monitor going out, could be the cable going out. Could even be an HDMI port issue. Try switch, you know, put a new cable there, try going to a different port on the GPU, see what it is. What year is this set? Let's look at a card after I move these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah. 2017 Crimson Invasion. Let's get into it. I really love the style of these energy cards. Look at the sort of the gleam on it. Really, really nice. Okay, Psychic Memory. Leiron. Fighting Memory. Ghastly. Houndour. Staryu. Jang Mo-O, and I think already we have caught a new Pokemon. That's right. We need this whole evolution line, and there is one of the 3. There we go. A little close there. We can't get much of a zoom in post if I'm too close. Shelmet. Houndour Reverse. Beware Hollow, and that's that. There we go. That's a pretty cool hollow pattern on there, though. I like how it's kind of wavy. Pretty nice. Okay, on to pack number 2. This wanted to open from the bottom. Pretty sure the glue on these cards is kaput. On these packs is kaput. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. There is also a secret rare gold water energy that I want from this set. I really want it. Okay, Staravia. Excelgor. Kakuna. Feebas. Pumpkaboo. Corphish. There are a lot of Pokemon in here that I do already have. But yeah, Starly. Skiddo. Xerneas Reverse, back when there was Fairy-type energy. And Regice Hollow. Yeah, I'm really liking the foil on these, or the hollow on these. It's really nice. Pack number 3. I don't think the hit rates were really great on this set. So it's a good thing we have a whole box. Let me rack focus here real quick. Okay, perfect. All right, Zweilous. Miltank. Sea of Nothingness. Wait, Shellos. I don't think I have Shellos yet. And I do. I did have Shellos. Never mind. Remoraid. Which I do have. Mankey. Another Jangmo-O. Carablast. Miltank Reverse. And an Oranguru Rare. Okay. Okay, 3 packs left. We are halfway done. And there's one of those Ultra Beasts. Kartana. Sounds like Cortana, huh? He's like to open from the bottom. It's kind of weird. Chinchino, Grumpig, Emolga, Bunnelby, Carablast, Spoink, Salandit, Mankey, Staryu Reverse, Primeape, Yukimori. So we got one of the 2 Yukimori cards from this set. That is awesome. I am going to add that to my growing Yukimori collection. Okay, 2 packs left. I don't know what to do with my hands. Okay. Come on, give me the gold water. I'd like the gold water. Staravia, Alolan Graveler, Mawile, Stuffle. I'm just getting a lot of Pokemon I already have. Mischievous, Chimecho. Do I already have Chimecho? Chimecho is 358. Yeah, I do. What is going on here? Skiddo, Carablast. Give me an Ultra Beast. Bunnel P Reverse. And Octillery. Oh boy, it's going to be one of those. It is going to be one of those. All right, last pack mojo. Come on. Come on. You better be in there. Or this is false advertising. You being on the front there like that. This series might be a strenuous one. Give me an Ultra Beast. I don't care if it's full art or whatever. I just want an Ultra Beast. Come on. Mawile. Dashing Pouch. Gladion. Swablu. Spoink. Chimecho. Jigglypuff. Execute. Stuffle Reverse. Escavalier. Not... like we got 1 new card, 1 new Pokemon caught out of 6 packs. This set has a lot of Pokemon I don't have. We just didn't find any. All right, well, you know what? This is going to be a wild ride. So buckle up, get subscribed or hit follow, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh boy. We like to think we can vote with our wallets, but most people won't change their habits long enough to make a real dent. Leverage faded a long time ago. Well, then again, there's also social media outrage that actually can affect the businesses, these businesses, and also their stock prices and things like that. It actually can have a real effect, so that's cool. But I didn't bet on this stream. Thanks. What's up, Astralis? How's it going? We got whammies. Man. I really should have thought better about that. Oh well. I should have kept this sealed. No, it's a booster box, though. We're supposed to get some kind of hits out of it. So we'll get something. And besides, some of these are going to be a reverse that I hadn't gotten before. So, or hollows that I might not have had. I don't. Maybe there's going to be an upgrade amongst one of these. But I'm not. If I want upgrades, I'm not looking at Crimson Invasion for upgrades, right? Like we're trying to get new Pokemon here. Oh, also, Yukimori Primeape. That's cool. There's also a Yukimori Starmie that I want. We'll see if we can get it. I mean, it comes down to it. It's not really up to me. Heck, I can spend a little time and just upgrade the spreadsheet now. Or upgrade the, update the Pokedex now. Because there's just one new Pokemon. Yep, pretty sure. Jigglypuff, already have. Spoink, Swablu. Did I have Swablu? I have Swablu. I know, I don't have Altaria, but I believe I have Swablu. Yeah, I do. There is an Altaria in this set that's really nice. I'd like to get that. By the way, Spoink is basically a pig with a spring for a tail, and it must bounce all day, every day, or it dies. Its heart stops when it stops bouncing. What is wrong with the Pokemon Company International? What is wrong with y'all? Make it cute and make it almost dead all the time. Yeah. With the pricing market, is it better to go pre-built nowadays or build yourself? Pre-built. Whenever there's global shortages, pre-builts are usually the only way, the best way. Of course, you can avoid some of that and just try to do upgrades, but if your system is old enough, you'll benefit more overall from a new PC, but that's nobody can tell you that you have to determine that for yourself. I swear there were more new Pokemon in this set. Like, maybe I just need Sun and Moon base. Yeah. And let's just, I can probably do the check for upgrades by memory here, because it's not an upgrade if it's a basic card. That's like, you can't upgrade with a basic card. So Stuffle, I have an illustration rare. Bunnelby, maybe. Let's check it. 659, 659. That's Bunnelby there, and I have a reverse, so that's not an upgrade. Staryu. I'm not doing this from memory. Miltank is probably an upgrade. Okay. It's not. It's a reverse. I already have a reverse foil. Regice, maybe. Yeah, there's an upgrade. We went from just a plain uncommon card to a holo rare. That's pretty nice. Pretty sure I have a Xerneas EX. Xerneas. I have an illustration rare. Which one was that? I didn't put the link. Oh, well, whatever. So, nope. Beware, I have an illustration rare. And Houndour, maybe? 228 under H. Okay. Reverse. Yep. So, nope. Not an upgrade. So cool to see a Xerneas with the fairy typing on it. So one upgrade and one new Pokemon. That's what we got out of 6 packs. Is it okay? Is it okay to fill a form out now? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Lynx, is like the Pokemon stuff I do, but I help out between that. It used to be the other way around, but that's how it goes. There we go, and it's done. Well, I got to add them first. Hold on. So Jangmo O. Look at that. The letter J is done. Yay. With a common Jangmo O. The fun thing is, if I get a reverse of it in the next one or something, then that's an upgrade. And then Reg Ice is an upgrade. Here we go. Yeah, I already did that one, so that's done. And then it all goes. Oh, one second. Okay. And then it all goes into here. These are all cards that are waiting to be put into the Pokédex. Some are new, so it's an empty spot. Card just goes in. Some are upgrades, so the old card comes out, gets filed away to either like where my foil cards go, whether they're hollow or reverse hollow. Those get sorted. Those get sorted by type now. Actually, I stopped by type and then alphabetically, so that when I'm building a deck, I can go for a hollow or reverse hollow card if it's legal for tournament play right now. As you can see, I do have a solid amount of cards currently to add to the Pokédex or to replace in the Pokédex. And any of those that you saw in a top loader, there's a pretty big stack of those. Those are full arts of one kind or another. Okay. So I think I'll do another one of those, and then we'll move on to the 151 Chinese. We'll do half of that because I'm pretty sure the hit rate's going to be way better. So let's move this down here, move this here, and change that to 2. Hi there. Hello. Ace Gundam Boy, welcome. I have a question. What would be a fair price for a used Gigabyte WindForce V2 RTX 4090? No idea. I don't know the used market very well. Because I mostly help people who are new to PCs, and if you are new to PCs, I don't recommend buying used parts. There is testing that you need to do for Natty. If you don't mind, I'm going to remove this stuff just to clean it up a bit, which I usually do, but it's very cool. Generally speaking, if you're going to buy used, you need to have a good troubleshooting methodology established already, or you need to be prepared for the part to not work. And most people are not prepared for that. So most people who come to me for help, I'm going to be recommending new stuff. New PC, pre-built usually for the benefits you get from having a warranty. It's just the best way to introduce yourself into the PC gaming landscape or PCs in general, because you have a guarantee that your PC is going to work. And from there, you can learn to do things like upgrades. If there's a problem, you can watch a couple YouTube videos and learn to troubleshoot. It is just the safest way to ease yourself into that experience. I know the seller. He bought it from NZXT Player 3 Prime. Not a pre-built that I would recommend, generally. NZXT used to be okay, and then they went off the deep end in terms of predatory practices against consumers. But is that still under warranty? And also, well, I'm guessing that the seller upgraded their PC, and they want to sell you the old one. I think what you meant to do with your question, because I'm not an encyclopedia of current pricing, which can shift from day to day. I think that you would benefit more from putting that part of that question into eBay and go to sold listings, not active listings. Look at what people have bought, and not even just that GPU. That doesn't really matter as much as when they're new. Just look at 4090s in general. Look at sold listings for used 4090s on eBay. There's your price. Because it's a friend of yours, maybe you can lowball a little bit, and maybe you don't want to because it's a friend of yours. But yeah. I flip PCs as a hobby. I don't. Why are you asking me? Welcome to the stream, though. Like, you're welcome here, of course. But I don't flip PCs as a hobby. I don't do that. I don't know used pricing, but it's worth asking, I'm sure. Yeah, but that's the answer I would give anybody who comes in who's new to PCs, because I don't know you. You know you, and you might assume others know you, right? I don't, though. And there was nothing in there saying, hey, I flip PCs as a hobby, but I could use some feedback, because then I wouldn't have gone into the whole troubleshooting methodology stuff. I would have known more. If you're like, I can't believe this guy's talking to me like that, I don't know the me that you're referring to, which is you. You're the me I'm talking about here. Anyways, welcome to the stream. You do what you normally do then in flipping PCs as a hobby. Awesome. 4090 GPU, where are they? I don't know. They don't tell me that either. Because yes, pricing is also a regional phenomenon. It is not like if you're in Australia, Ace Gundam boy, then you would have different pricing than someone in North America. You could even be talking about British pound sterling rather, or euros or whatever, rather than or Canadian rubles or Australian dollar dues. I don't know. Okay, let's do what we were gonna do. Let's do what we were gonna do. We don't flip. Yeah, I mean, I used to do, when I was younger, actually, I did gymnastics for a few years, so I used to flip. I don't flip anymore, though. Also, I haven't flipped the PC since back in the old days when I used to competitively play CS 1.6. And you lose something important, you might flip your PC. I don't know. So let's do this. I guess I should take these back out so I can show what I got. All right. I got an entire booster box of Sun and Moon Crimson Invasion to go Ultra Beast hunting. And well, I've only opened 6 packs so far, but let's just say it hasn't gone super well. I only got 1 new Pokemon caught so far and 1 upgrade, and not a crazy one, just a holo. So it's going a little rough. So let's see if we can open the next 6 packs. So let's see if when we open the next 6 packs, maybe this booster box is going to be a little kinder to us. Nobody warned me that Crimson Invasion had really bad pull rates. So maybe it does, and I just didn't know that. But let's get the next 6 packs out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, and yes, this set on the pack art features all Ultra Beasts, and we opened 1/6 of this booster box and didn't get one. That's how it goes sometimes. You flip tables, nice. Links, you're on the list, nice. Okay, well, I'll look at that after this. Okay, let's get into it with pack number 1. After I make sure I have excellent focus here. All right. Pack number 1, let's go. No, that was a Pokemon card right there, not a code card. My bad. I'm still not used to Sun and Moon sets. I'm really not. Or Sun and Moon packs, I should say. All right. Let's see what we get. Okay. Peaking red card. Unlike your normal red card. Piloswine. Zweilous. Dino. Houndour. Bunnelby. Shellos. Cubone. All Pokemon I already have. So I really didn't do my research well enough, I think, on this set. Miss Magus Reverse. That is a beautiful card. That is a gorgeous card. And yo, we did it! We got an Ultra Beast! Let's go! Buzzwole GX. That is a new catch, and boy, oh boy, that is a rad card. Dude is aura farming like crazy here. Look at that. Just to let you know, I bought this whole box looking for guys like this, looking for the Ultra Beasts. That title there. So, plus some other ones. Silvally, Type Null, Pokemon like that. That apparently are going to be a little harder to catch. But there we go. First pack magic. We got an Ultra Beast. Ultra Beast number 1 caught. There we go. Okay, pack number 2. Yes, that's what I was looking for. That's what I'm talking about. I really shouldn't be looking at those code cards because apparently they do spoil whether there's a hit or not in the pack. I look back when they had fairy energy. I said that last time, but it's still, you know, considering I only collected a little bit back in this era, it's like weird to see them. Emolga, Gladion, Misdreavus, Pikachu. We got the Derpy Chew. Oh, that's great. Look at how derpy that Pikachu is. Look at that. Not a thought behind those eyes. That is such a good Pikachu card. I need 100 of these, please. Now, I have a very minor Pikachu collection. Okay, so this will go in there and it'll have a place of honor. Welcome to the family, Derpy Chew. Chimecho. I love this Magikarp. And not just the artwork, which is great because you see the submarine back there, but I actually really love the move here, Waterfall Evolution, because it's just Magikarp. You don't want to keep Magikarp in the field for long, so this just says, go find Gyarados and evolve me, please. That's it. That's the move. It's great. I really wish this was the current Magikarp. Actually, I haven't looked at the current Magikarp. It might do something similar. Bunnelby. Go-Goat Reverse. I did not have a Go-Goat. Awesome. And that is a nice Go-Goat card to get. So that's a new catch right there as well. And Crawdont. 2 for 2. We're 2. I love the depictions of Derpy Chew there. That's great. Okay, love the artwork. Yeah, no, Sun and Moon was pretty good for Pokemon TCG, but Pokemon TCG has always been up there in artwork. I also really want, I mentioned this in the last one, but I really want the Gold Secret Rare Water Energy. Okay, Grumpig, Lusamine, Lairon, another Derpy Chew, yes, Skiddo, Starly, Numel, Chimecho, Cacnea Reverse. Cacnea is 331, and that's an upgrade. That's another upgrade right there. Yo, we got the Yukimori Starmie. Nice. Very nice. Okay, now we have both of the Yukimori cards from this set because in the last 6 packs, we got the Primeape. Now, these do come in reverse holo, so I would love to pick those up. That would be very cool. Okay, now we're on pack number 4. I've been a lot happier with these. than the first 6 packs. I'll tell you that. Okay, hold on. I'm trying not to see the code card. That was a warm-up. Yeah, absolutely. All right, Lucamine, Kakuna, Dashing Pouch, Remoraid, Aaron, Staryu, Jangmo O. That was a new one in the last 6 pack, in the first 6 packs. Phoebus, Oranguru Reverse. That's a really cool Oranguru card. I like that a lot. And Silvally GX. We got another one. Let's go, nerds. That is another Pokemon we needed, and we got an awesome GX for it. Man, that's gonna look sick in the Pokedex. Yeah, it was just a rough start. And you know what? That doesn't mean that you give up. Okay? Yeah, the small dark border around these, basically the black outline on these is a really nice touch. GX cards were rad. They were. Okay, 2 packs left. This is way better than the first 6. Man, it's way better. Way better. Okay, Dashing Pouch. Hakamo O is another new catch that we needed for the Jangmo O evolution line. That is another new Pokemon right there. Oh boy, it gets better and better. Alolan Geodude, Misdreavus, Minchino, Numel, Swinub, Shellos Reverse. Is that an upgrade for Shellos? I'm not gonna look. That's fine. Yo, that's another new catch. Believe it or not, this could have been incorrect on my part. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I did get an Altaria at some point, and I just never recorded it in the spreadsheet Pokedex. But apparently I've never caught an Altaria. So now we did, and that's another new catch. Boy, oh boy. 1 upgrade, 3 new Pokemon, 1 upgrade, and 5 new Pokemon. And 1 pack left. This is what this is why I collect. This is what I'm out for here. This is what I'm trying to do. It's great. That feeling of the new catch and the upgrade, it's a really good feeling. And because there's going to be more cards produced over time and different rarities and things like that, we have a lot of upgrades in our future. Just because we catch all 1025 does not mean we're done. Okay, Psychic Memory. These are all for type Null. Or Silvally, rather. This is for Silvally. Rather, not type Null. Piloswine. Devoured Field. Cacnea. Swinub. Mankey. What is that, like Old Faithful or something back there? What is that? Aaron. Corphish. Staravia and Primeape Yukimori, but not the reverse. So that's it. Man, what a set of packs here. Absolutely awesome. So we have the 1 upgrade for Cacnea to a reverse foil pack. Wow, words. So we have 1 upgrade to Cacnea and a reverse foil, and then 5 new catches with 2 of them being GX. Absolutely awesome 6 packs. We still got more to go. We got more Pokemon to catch. We have more Ultra Beasts to hunt. So make sure you're subscribed or hit follow, and I'll see you in the next one. That was much better. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Music, why not? I should check if any of these 3 or 4 actually are upgrades. I don't think so though. Let's look at Shellos real quick. I think that's the one that might have the best chance at 422. Nope, reverse foil. So nope. Wait. I know I caught a shield on. Why didn't I count it? Where did I catch a shield on? Let me check in here. It might be in here, and I just forgot to enter it into the Pokédex. I need to sleeve those. When did I catch a shield on? I know I caught one though. Huh. Oops. They need a max headroom Pokemon. Well, I mean, you got Porygon for that. There's Porygon. In fact, watch the banned Pokemon episode with Porygon, and you'll understand what I mean. That's your max headroom Pokemon. And it is from Gen 1. They were on top of things. Wait, what did it... Hold on. Oh, here they are. Okay. Where is that shield on? I know I caught one. I'll have to figure that out later. Let me see. Staravia is 397. That's an upgrade. That's another upgrade. It's just a regular common. Now it is an uncommon reverse. So Staravia here, just a common, and now we have an uncommon reverse. Okay, real quick. There is a rainbow effect to this, but it's not holographic, really. Is this a reverse foil to you or a reverse holo? I would put foil because there's not like something like holographic Pokeballs or something on it, you know? Yes. I don't, well, no, the epilepsy one. That's the Porygon episode. So yeah, to you, is this reverse holo or reverse foil? To me, that's foil. But it does have a rainbow holographic effect, kind of. So I guess these are all reverse holos. I'll put holo on it. Why not? So it looks so dope. Agreed. But Shellos is not an upgrade. Oranguru 765, I don't think is one. Yeah, we've already got reverse foil, but this is rare. It's not, we have a common reverse foil. So this is an upgrade because it goes to a rare. And what I mean by that is, in case you never encountered this yourself, okay? The rarity indicator on most modern cards, right, is here. That circle right there means it's common. However, on the Oranguru, it is a little star. I can get even closer, so let's do that. There you go. You can see it now. That little star on the bottom. See that? A little hard to see with this color. There you go. So it is an upgrade in rarity. And it's a gorgeous card. So I do want that in my Pokédex. So there you go. So I would go here to Oranguru. And we would then remove these. And yeah, I'm calling these hollows because of the rainbow hollow effect. So there's a hollow rare. Now, I normally put the rarity then, whether it's hollow or whatever. But I have a habit of doing hollow rare because that was a single tag before the great changing that Natty did here. Which is taking away the rarity and then or changing the, like, separating rarity and then like a physical aspect of it, whether it's hollow or reverse foil or whatever. So that's an upgrade as well. Goes with Staravia here. And Cacnea. These are all upgrades. Okay, now Miss Magius, however you say it. No, I have a thing in ultra rare for that, so that's not going to be an upgrade. But it's still really cool. So I will sleeve it and I will set it aside. I also like the Shellos too. It's really nice. And of course, we have Derpy here in the PSA 11. The great changing. Yes. Natty says there are banned Pokemon episodes. Yeah, I said it too. Yeah, the banned Porygon episode. It was banned because there were a lot of flashing lights. So if you do have a condition that will cause epilepsy, or if you have epilepsy, I should say, you shouldn't watch it. But yeah, there were kids that were having seizures because of that episode, so it got banned. But yeah, we got double Derpy. We love it. One of these is going to go in my very unserious Pikachu collection. I should send a Derpy off to PSA for grading. That's all PSA deserves. They don't deserve any of my good cards, although this is an amazing card, don't get me wrong. Natty, are you making promises and not keeping them? What's going on over there? Don't worry, I've done that plenty. Mostly when it comes to work. I'll just do this now since I'm already here. And then I'll help you out. Links, so don't go anywhere. Okay, so Silvally EX. There we go. GX rather. And that should be... Hold on, what rarity is GX considered? Ultra rare. Got it. Okay. Ultra rare, and then the classification of GX. There you go. Brand new. And then Buzzwole. It's really easy with new cards because I just have to look for the non-green highlighted part. Buzzwole, Ultra Rare GX. Another new one there. Okay. Then Altaria, since we're here at B, we'll go to Altaria there. All right. And that is just a rare. No foil or nothing, but it is a rare. Then we have Go-Goat. And that is a reverse hollow rare. And Hakamo O, which is just an uncommon. There we go. Okay, that is 5 new Pokemon right there. Jeez. I said a Oranguru was... Yeah, I showed the change being made. Yeah, Staravia, I haven't changed yet, I think. Staravia is $397. This makes it, like, knowing that this is not going to be waiting for me, like a big stack of cards I need to sort is really nice. Staravia, what was it? $397. Okay, there we go. Staravia, I already did that. And Cacnea, I have not done yet. Okay, there we go. 331. It is common, reverse hollow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3. Okay. Done. Look at that. Okay, let's take a look at the form here. So there, got my message ready to go. AFK for a minute, but we'll be back. Just need a drink, no rush. Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right. Hear me out. Instead of Pikachu Master Set, Derpichu only binder. Shanala. That means I'd have to buy more Crimson Invasion. That ain't happening. This is the first and the last Crimson Invasion I'm ever buying. I will trade for other Ultra Beasts. I just want to give as many sets a first chance, like a first go of it, as I can. It just so happened that instead of buying something that had like 4 packs of it or something like that, I had the opportunity to get a discounted booster box. So I did. Just popping in to say hello. Vaquero, how's it going? I'm gonna watch the last episode of Dr. Stone while I eat this sushi. Nice. We're watching that tonight. Yeah. So I could do like Emily the Harpist and instead of having a Behold Bonsly only binder, it would be a Derpichu binder. And then we artificially inflate the value of that card. I'm going to pass. Oh, yeah. You can't. Hold on. There we go. I can at least look at the form while we're waiting. Wait. Okay, there it is. All right. Gaming, programming, esports, racing sim, flight sim. So we do need extra IO in 1440p. Not too much RGB. Boutique. Someone with good customer service. That kind of nails it down. Okay. Well, I mean, there's a lot of companies with good customer service, to be clear. But I do already have one in mind. Okay, what are we doing? The color can be white or black. I'm good with either. Nope, you have to choose. And you chose black. So that's what you're getting. I'm very thankful for you not going to the custom thing and saying, I don't know, whatever. Thank you for that. So that's settled. I am good with going 4K, but 1440p is fine. So basically, so far, you have nullified 2 of the choices you were forced to make. You're trying here. I have a budget of about 3,800. You chose 2,500 to 3,000. So again, not quite what is going on right now. Oh, but I need to use some of the main budget for a monitor or 2. So I just left it. I could have kept reading. 2.5 to 3K without stretching any. I can wait longer than 2 weeks if needed. That's another choice where you chose within 2 weeks, and then you're like, yeah, but not, but no. Stop. What are you doing? If needed for the right PC. I get it. Okay. You were the whole point of the form is to get you to lock in certain choices, and almost every one of them, other than what you're using it for, you backed out on. I work my magic after you lock it in on the form, and you just unlocked everything on the form. That is not how the form works, my friend. Okay. Time for a little extra work here. Okay. You chose racing sim / flight sim as one of your choices. You didn't back out on that. You're still doing all these things. Okay. So let me ask you. For racing sim / flight sim, are you planning on having an ultra wide monitor for more immersion? Chris, if they, by the way, Nero, what's up? I'm sorry. I don't know if I said hi earlier. I hope I did. In my brain, I did. I don't know if I did with my voice. But yeah, Chris, because boutique was mentioned, my first thought's going to be Alexander PCs. I need to check on what they've got at that price range because they, like every other SI, have had their prices had to go up in order to survive in this landscape. No, you're not planning on going with an ultra wide monitor. Like when you say racing sim / flight sim, are you going to have a sim setup? What kind of sims are we talking about here? What do you have in mind? Yes, you're going to have a sim rig. Okay. A VR headset. Okay. Okay. All right. Fair enough. That's going to be easier to run. A lot easier to run than like a Odyssey G9 Neo kind of monitor. Okay. Wait, hold on. VR headset or 3 monitor stand? Yeah, if you're going to be sitting in a setup, even if you have the wheel, the shifter, all of that, the pedals, but you have a VR headset, you can save a lot of money on monitors. To be clear, like a lot. Most people who go the route of VR would not necessarily be happy with a 3 monitor setup. You can't get much more immersive than VR. I'm just trying to figure out what your actual maximum budget is. Is it the 3,000 here? There aren't a whole lot of options in VR headsets that actually cost like $800. Most of them are far cheaper than that. That's true. That's the old setup. You mean VR was the old setup? Okay. I have a friend who's top line computer, dual 5090s and racing sims chug on the ultra wide 3 monitor setup. I will just have 1 monitor now. Natty, if that's the case with dual 5090s, it actually takes a lot of really complex setup to get dual GPU. Well, it can take some complex setup to get dual GPUs working properly. That's probably not working properly. But dual 5090s that's massively powerful. That means that there are some settings that need to be changed, and then it will probably run smooth as butter. So your friend has a little bit of work to do there, sounds like. What I'm trying to get at is I don't like to work with just a whatever budget. I need a ceiling to work with. Now, if at the end it's like, okay, I can go a little over that, I guess that's fine. But what is your actual maximum number of money dollars that you are willing to spend on a PC? To be clear, and this will sound meaner than it is. I'm not trying to be, but I don't care about your monitors other than to know what resolution you intend to game at to help choose your GPU. Like, you're not supposed to involve me in your monitor budget, and it specifically says so in the form. We should already be finding you a PC right now. This is why the forum exists, so we can skip all that. Considering she builds actual airplanes, I think she's smart enough to figure out how to get dual 5090s. Different skill sets. That is different skill sets. I might have a little difficulty setting that up. I've been building PCs for 25 years. Not even talking about airplanes, which, by the way, are not computers. So yeah, I just need a number that, like, not even, like, the range here is to get us in the right mindset, right? Like, the right area. I need a solid number, not a range. What are we talking? 3K max. Perfect. Okay. Now, we're going to go through these questions one by one and actually lock it in. So, are you aiming for 1440p gaming or 4K? I'm not going to worry about how long you're expecting it to take to get your PC. That's whatever at this point. As long as it's not more than a month, which is actually this one here, the purchase one. If you choose more than a month, you actually get kicked to the end of the form and told not to submit it. And people still do that. It's very funny because then their forms end up looking like blank. I don't know if they've left any in here. I usually delete them. Have I? Nope, not in this year. Oh yeah, I did. I left one. Yeah, that's what it looks like. When you choose more than a month from now, this is what your form looks like. It's very funny. And it says, do not submit the form right now. And people will still do it. I don't know what else to do for you. Oh, I didn't mark you in purple. That's my bad. 4K if the budget allows. Cool. You can get really excellent 4K monitors at this point for like 500 bucks, like a 32 inch. So, I mean, if you shop, you know, if you're savvy with shopping and you look through reviews and you do all that stuff, you could even sometimes find deals to be a little bit lower than that, or find a nice open box one. You do have a Micro Center near you in Dallas. I'm gonna recommend something other than Micro Center here, though. For now, we'll try it, but I want to see if we can do Alexander PCs for 3K for 4K gaming. Let's see if we can do that. Alexander PC, the thing is, you chose boutique, right? And no, I'm not going to ask you about the color of the PC. You chose black. That's that. You chose boutique for the builder, and you said you want good customer service, like someone with good customer service. Now, I need you to understand, out of that entire list of like over a dozen SIs that I have coupon codes for, those wouldn't exist if that company in particular had bad customer service. So it doesn't narrow it down a whole lot, but I think I know what you're getting at. So we're going to try looking at what Alexander PCs has, okay? And we're going to see if there's anything with a 5080 that is at $3,000 or less. And I am very doubtful. My reasoning for that is 5080s shot up from $1,000 to around $1,500, half of your budget for the GPU. Now, when you're talking about a racing sim setup, for just gaming and pro gaming / esports, you can get like any motherboard usually, as long as it can support the CPU you're getting. You're usually fine with whatever amount of USB ports it has. But sim setups, whether be it for flight sim or racing sim, require more USB with low latency, so preferably direct to the back of the motherboard. But we've got ready to ship here. Okay, nope. Okay. Yeah, that pushes it to $4,000. Okay. This is already over budget, and a 5080 will push it to over $4,000. Okay. We might have to forego the boutique part. Boutique builders have been even more affected than high volume sellers in this Ramageddon, in this global shortage. So no surprise, really. Yeah, even this with a 5070 Ti goes over budget. Okay. No surprise, really, that we weren't able to go that route. I would have really liked it because of the lifetime warranty that you get, but boutique is already more expensive than, I mean, by design, it's more expensive. You get more, like, you get more catered to in terms of customer service, one-on-one kind of stuff. You have a single builder from start to finish. You have a better attention to detail in the build because of that. And yeah, the lifetime warranty, they actually back it up. But their prices are just way higher, because they are more affected by the global shortage than high volume sellers. I wasn't sure which way that was going to go back when this Ramageddon was starting, but yeah. So I'm going to go my first choice here. Usually, lately, the one that's been the easiest choice has been Skytech. It's got that combination of high volume seller, but still great customer service, all that good stuff. They have stacking coupon codes that can get that can help with the Ramageddon pricing. Like for instance, what you're looking at here looks like it would be your standard annoying pop-up, but there's a very important part here. It says $50 off pre-built PCs over $1,400, and it is stackable. So it stacks with my discount code plus any other discount code that is active. So when you buy a PC, as part of the buying process, you're going to give them your email. With this, you do it ahead of time, like when you first get to the site, and you get $50 for that. $50 off your PC. You get a unique code sent to your email. And then you add that to my code, and then perhaps any other code that might be available at that time. Okay, code SkyTech10, $100 on select PCs. $100 off, plus my code, plus another $50 off. Let's see what we got. There it is. This is what I was talking about. I know you said you didn't want that much RGB. Sorry, you're getting a bunch of RGB. Because, yeah. 9800X3D, 5080, 32 gigs DDR5 6000, 2 terabyte storage. So there you go. What are these? Nope. Okay. Yeah, watch the magic happen. These are the same. This one's white, this one's black. Choose your, pick your poison. But the one in white is a little bit more. So. Okay, so Skytech 10-year anniversary code, $100 off. Let's look at the specs here, though, okay? Ryzen 7, 9800X3D. Like, you can't technically call it the most powerful gaming CPU on the market anymore, but at 4K, who cares? It doesn't affect you as much, if at all. You have it. Now, with a 5080, you could see some benefits, even at higher resolutions in some cases. That's more of a 5090 kind of thing. But still, 32 gigs DDR5 6000. I don't know the latency on this, but the frequency is right. So RAM right now, RAM is so up in the air. Just be thankful it's 32 gigs and it's 6,000 mega transfers per second. The O11 Vision. This is not a budget case. The O11 Vision is a really nice case. 2 terabytes of Gen 4 storage, a 360 millimeter AIO. The one thing that I would like to see a little higher on here is the wattage on the power supply, but 850 is above the spec, the minimum spec required by or recommended by NVIDIA. So you're good there. Now let's do the fun part. I was able to get my brother the Skytech PC that you recommended. Should be in tomorrow. Atrix, that's awesome to hear. Very cool. So let's give this a shot here. First off, I'm going to open this in. Let's open this here. Oh, I just want to clear it. That was a different O11 Vision system. Let's see what we can get with our combined discounts here. Yeah. I just emptied that out. What are you talking about? What do you mean? What do you mean? They don't have the free controller anymore, unfortunately, but you should pick your own controller anyway. Okay. Now you can add warranty, by the way. But if you're concerned about service, just take a look at the SI testimonials group of channels in the Discord. Go look at Skytech. It is very positive. These are actual people in the community who have bought from them, who are reporting back on their experiences. And just so you know, if you're like, why is he already like choosing? Aren't there like a lot of system integrators? Yes. What happens is this. I mean, for the longest time, Skytech has been kind of ahead of everybody else in terms of like price to performance and variety of choices. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it. If they don't have something that I'm looking for, I move on to another choice and then another choice and another choice. But we found one, and we found they have a 3 total coupons you can use. So yeah. Now, if you want to add warranty, it comes with 1 year warranty for parts, labor, and shipping. You can add another year or another 2 years to that if you want to. And you're going to be saving on this. So let's see what it comes out to after the multiple discounts. I should have gone to checkout. Go to checkout, and we're going to be doing 2 codes here. The third code is just $50 off. You'll get a unique code. I can't test that here. So first, mine, SWARM, SWARM is the code. Right, Natty? Isn't the code SWARM? I wonder why that is. Anyways, takes $90 off. Look at that. Next, we're going to put code Skytech 10. That's 19. 10. Here we go. Why are you wobbling, keyboard? Apply that. Another $100. We are now at $28.09, and that is before you add an additional $50 off coupon, and that is going to get you down to $27.59 with just select this, please, with free shipping. If y'all like, if people go back through and watch the VODs and they're like, why does he keep recommending Skytech? I can't not. It's just with the positive feedback in the community and their pricing and their discounts and their free shipping and also just the quality of their builds. It's just now iBuyPower is another good option in this realm. However, they always mess around with the coupon codes they give me to where, oh, it works here. It doesn't work there. Oh, we're going to update it every month. And then they don't talk to me for 4 months. Forget it. Like, it's too complicated. And I look at their ready to ship systems, their ready systems, and their selection is usually pretty bare. They need to work on that. Skytech is like, we're just keeping the same code forever. It's fine. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're literally in our Discord called the Swarm. Natty during one stream was like, we need a name to call the community, the chat. Like, what do we call it? And then I think it was Lone Vaquero who was like, it's the Swarm. No, but we could like name it this or like for the Hive. I like the Hive. Yeah, I thought of the Hive, but I didn't use it. I went with the Swarm, and yeah. A hive is a place. The swarm is the people, the bees, right? Like it's the swarm. The hive as a Discord would have made sense, and the swarm is up. But no, I didn't do that. Sparky Motors says, I love my Zotac 5080. Good. Dan, I wish I would have known these codes when I bought. Well, the Skytech 10 probably wasn't active when you bought your PC. But Swarm, SWR, that my code right there, that's been active there for years. And it scales with the price of the system. I'll be adding to the testimonials myself on it a few months later. The only bad part was I wasn't able to get the controller for free because they were out of stock. That does happen, I guess. It's kind of a while supplies last thing. It's off of there now. They don't have it now. Also, I'm not sure my $50 off we're able to stack. Talk to customer service. It is literally on the thing when you get to the site that it stacks. So talk to customer service. They have great customer service there. And if they're like, well, man, you already made your purchase. You told them I said they had to do it because it's on their site. It's on the thing where you put your email in. You tell them Braithorn said so. It's got my piece, my pick from Sky, paid $3,800. $3,800? Okay. All right. Well, Sparky, here's the thing. There are people who come here for help before they spend a bunch of money. And there are people who come here after they spend a bunch of money. Generally, you want to come here before. Although you might have come here and been like, he's just opening Pokemon cards. What is this? I thought it was a PC. Yeah, it is. It is a PC thing, but it's also a Pokemon thing because I don't help as many people as I used to. Not that I don't want to. It's just, yeah. I'll refer them to this video. I will definitely talk with them. Well, that's if they didn't give you the $50 off. You're going to want to look at your invoice and make sure of that. Okay, but there you go. It's a pretty killer deal. This is the thing. I'm not just going to, for no reason, endlessly hunt through a bunch of different SIs. If they have good customer service, a good history of that with our community, and they do, if the PC has everything you need, and if the price is right, we're golden. Like, yeah. It's just, at a certain point, I learned to just go to Skytech first and check if they have it. If they do, it's probably one of the better deals you're going to find anywhere. So, anyways, back to it. Okay, there you go. It's got my tag on there, just in case. Recommend the Lee & Lee Evo RGB. No, I don't want to because it doesn't have this $100 off coupon. This is also a Lee & Lee case. It is fine. I recommend based on a lot more info than you might think. Every one of these fields of information here are what guide my recommendations. Right, I was hoping to check out a PC for me to see how it fares. Atrix. I've done 3 PCs for you at this point. I'm not going to do another. Okay. All right. Well, here we go. Let me finish what I'm doing first. Just because what I do is free does not mean you can take advantage of my help, okay, and my time. You did do that. You did do that. I spent a long time on a PC for you from Micro Center, right? And this is, I'm making sure that this is how this went down. Just let me know if I got anything wrong here. Spent a while doing a PC for you at Micro Center, and at any point, because you chose in your form, you chose, it's just, you put yes and Dallas, Texas. At any point, you could have told me, hey, I don't want to buy my PC from there because it's too far away. You let me go on. You let me go on, and you let me go on, and then in the next stream you came in and said, "Hey, by the way, that time you spent, I'm not buying that. In fact, give me more of your time and look at another PC, a fourth one. Let's do a fourth PC." Like, and then you did it again. And also, I'm gonna double check this. I need to double check this. I want to make sure that I'm not misattributing what actually happened here. You put it in general chat in the Discord, and then you went into, let me see, I think, okay, not in the iBuyPower. Okay, I thought you had put it, someone was mentioning that someone had put a PC in the iBuyPower. Oh, maybe, no, okay, in the SI Testimonials channel. And I'm glad you didn't do that, because that would have been, like, it says in the pinned comment, this is for people who have bought PCs to share their experiences, not for conversations, and people still do it. So I thought maybe you'd done that, but you did not do that. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I'm going to look at tech questions, see if you made a request. I don't see that you went into the tech questions forum and made a forum post. If you're looking for help on the Discord, the instructions are there. You go to the tech questions forum, you put in your request there. You basically do something like filling out the form again. And then one of our volunteer techies, who are, again, volunteers, will take their time to fulfill your request, right? But you didn't follow that procedure. You just dumped it in general chat and nobody responded, which is the right thing to do, because general chat is for general chat. I don't like, it doesn't feel good to put, I mean, if you recall, I was pretty stressed out by that Micro Center build. And then knowing that I was spinning my wheels for someone who is not going to, like, just did not want to take the few seconds to say, hey, I'm not going to go buy this. Like, I don't want Micro Center. Like, at any point, you could have saved me time and stress. Every time I go to Micro Center now to do a build there, I mean, I'll do it, but like, every time I lose my mind over there. There's a reason I'm not focused on tech content right now. It is a huge trigger for me in terms of stress, in terms of like I step back from tech content for my mental health, but I still do these streams where I will stop doing the fun stuff and I will do the thing that is currently stressing me out in order to help people directly. People who I would like to think appreciate that help and take my time into consideration. So I was pretty miffed about that when you came back in and were like, hey, forget all that. Do more. Here, I want more help, please. No. So, this is another time of you coming in and asking that. Please do not ask for help again. Thank you. Doesn't mean you can't hang out. No. This is your money. This is your money. You spend it where you want to spend it. I do not want you spending a lot of your hard-earned money just to make somebody else feel better, okay? That wouldn't make me feel better. It's more of a just like what happened already happened. Like you shouldn't go make a purchase based on somebody complaining, like just like whining about it on the internet that, hey, I helped you and you didn't appreciate it. No, it's just communicate a little better right up front and it wouldn't happen. Like that would be fine. Okay. Don't go spend your money on that. Your money is still, it needs to go where it needs to go. Oh, Lynx, you're very welcome. Just finished the latest episode of Dr. Stone. It was amazing. No spoilers, please, but I'm glad to hear it. Lynx, let us know how it turns out, okay? And tell the SkyTech folks I said hi. I haven't talked to them in a bit. I mean, I have, but only the person, like the rep that I have there. That's it. I have like most SIs. I have a person I will talk to now and then if I have questions or anything going on. But like, I haven't talked to Jeff in a minute. I hope Jeff's doing okay. Okay. I'm gonna do something fun now. We will do a third Crimson Invasion, and then I'm saving the rest for next stream. And then we're going over to the 151. Oh, you know what? No, let's do 150. I don't know. What do I want? What do I really want to do? Let's do the 151. We've already done two. Basically, I think what I'll do is 2 Crimson Invasion every stream until I'm through those. I want that to last. I think it's probably still better bang for the buck. Just need to find a day to go over there. I mean, it is a bit of a drive. So here's the thing. If you get your PC from Micro Center and you get the warranty with it, within the, I don't know if you do the 2 years or the 3 years. The 3 years is usually worth the extra 20 or 30 bucks over the 2 years, right? Because it's a difference of 20 or 30 bucks usually between the two. Not that the warranty is that much. It's more than that. But I already went over that when I always go over that with the builds. But it means if you have a problem, you put your PC in your car and you drive it to Micro Center. Now that sounds like a bit of a drive, right? However, consider that if you buy from a system integrator, you have to ship your PC back if they can't fix it over the phone. If they can't fix it over the phone, you're shipping your PC back. You are subjecting your PC to the rigors of the shipping industry 2 extra times to ship it to them and then back to you. The inconvenience of a drive and dropping it off sucks. That does suck. It does. But compared to like having to wait a couple weeks for your PC and hoping that it doesn't get damaged in shipping twice, that's one of the downsides of going with an SI that is not close to you, right? Micro Center is a huge benefit there. And everybody who's into this stuff should go to Micro Center once. So I'm hoping that the drive turns out to be worth it for you. I know the Dallas Micro Center is a pretty nice location, so I think it'll be worth it for you. Okay, form completed. 1 second, please. I wonder if there's a way to get one of the knobs on my Stream Deck Plus to like granularly like rewind and fast forward through tracks. That'd be kind of neat. Not necessary, but neat. Okay. No, I'll start here. Thank you for your time, Bray, and all you do. Oh, no worries. Long-time follower. Started watching from your PC reviews. Genuinely hope market gets better, where these videos become more enjoyable once more. I appreciate that. I hope so too. I do. And I definitely wasn't trying to like come down on you for it. You noticed when you arrived, I wasn't like blah 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 blah. It just, you know. But yeah, no, and no, I appreciate that. I hope so as well. And again, feel free to hang out as much as you want. That's not a don't come back. No, I'm not like that. After, you know, when considering things. After considering things. Okay. Let's hope for a major, like, I don't usually hope to get the chase card from something, but like, this one would be cool. The Gengachu card, the Pika Gar card, yeah, would be amazing. There are also a lot of other really, really nice Pikachu cards in this. Two other ones. One with Psyduck and one with just Pikachu, and they are ungraded, both around $500. It's just crazy. Absolutely. Well, actually, no. There's a third one too, which is multiple Pikachus. That one is around $500 as well. So the Pikachu cards. We want one of the Pikachu full arts from this, and they are absolutely bonkers. So we'll see. It would make me feel better if he bought I'm sure you said meant me, bought me a GPU. Erasable, yeah. I mean, I imagine so. I hope you feel better soon about something that had no bearing on you, or it didn't affect you, other than having to hear me whinge. Oh, I've been saying your name wrong. I've been saying erasable. It's Erasable. My bad. Erasable. Sorry about that. I like to pronounce people's names correctly if I can. Anyways, Erasable, welcome to the stream. Okay. It's erase-able. All right, erase-able. Got it. Got it. Erase-able. I'll try harder in the future. I know. Just messing with you a little bit. Oh, you're right. Oh, never mind. Okay, erase-able. Got it. Okay. There's a Bubble Mew in here too. The Bubble Mew is in here. Man. There's a shiny Mew as well. I don't think you've shown us that knife before. Natty, you gotta stop. You have to stop. I've been using this knife for a month and a half consistently to open things. How do you keep doing this? How do you keep doing this? You're not doing this to yourself. You are doing this to all of us. I will go to VODs. I will bring them up on stream. This is the one from Ridge. I got the matching wallet and keychain thing. But I'm glad you like it. And that it's so eye-catching for you that you have been absolutely blind to it for a month and a half or so. Okay, let's talk. Let's do the video thing. Let's do the YouTuber talking thing. I know you're not doing it on purpose. It's really just like a talent, I think. All right. And I'm not trying to make you feel bad. This is just too funny. When was this? When did this come out? 151C. Oh, okay. So May 2025. And what is it called real quick? I had this open before. I'm just going to have to... I just want to have... I'm recording. I got to have my info right. Okay, Pokemon Chinese 151 Surprise Jumbo Booster Box. Okay. If you collect Pokemon cards, you probably know how crazy 151 has gotten as a set in terms of pricing. It is absolutely astronomical to buy 151 packs to open. But there are some gems out there that you can find. And this, well, we'll find out, but it might be one of them. This is the Pokemon Chinese 151 Surprise Jumbo Booster Box. And there are 4 cards in here, 4 Pikachu cards in here, potentially, that are absolutely insane when it comes to their value on the market, especially the Gengachu, or the Pikachu and Gengar card, which raw goes for $1,341 on average, based on pricecharting.com. Now, I don't typically chase after big value chase cards. Apparently, that card's pretty hard to pull. This box has 20 packs with 7 cards each in it. And what you're looking at in terms of quality is going to be really nice because Chinese Pokemon cards are printed by the same company as the Japanese cards, which are generally better QC, really nice colors. The colors really pop. But really, there are still some Pokemon in Gen 1 that I don't have that can actually be in this box right now. There's even a Bubble Mew in here that you can maybe get, though that's not near the value of the English Bubble Mew at about $180. It's a Bubble Mew, and I want it. So there's plenty of cards in here that could be amazing pulls. We're going to do 10 of these packs right now and 10 in the next video. So get subscribed or hit follow if you haven't already, and let's dig into this thing right now. Okay, not the best perforation, I'll say that. You'll notice this is very much like the high-class booster boxes in Japan in terms of the packaging. So I'm hoping for similar hit rates, but from what I hear, the hit rates not quite as amazing, though they have to be transparent about that for the Chinese market, just like they are for the Japanese market. And there we go. Let's get this thing into sport mode and get our first 10 packs out of here. Wait, 7? I think I might have had this wrong. I think it's 7 packs with 20 cards each. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Never mind. The actual posting was wrong. There are in here 6 packs with 20 cards each. And we're doing 3 of them right now. I should actually do 2, 2, and 2. No, this is fine. All right. I am very excited for this. I love opening non-English packs. I mean, I love opening Pokemon packs. But no, this should be great. I don't want to jinx it though. So let's just open it up and see how it actually is. Okay. Metapod, Executor, Primeape. Okay, we're gonna speed through some of these. I don't know if there's a pack trick for this, by the way, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, now we're starting to get to the stuff with foil on it. Wait, Venonat. No, I have a Venonat. I need to bring up the Pokemon I am missing from Gen 1. Okay, what I'm missing from Gen 1 is Tentacruel, Hitmonchan, Kabutops, Aerodactyl, and that's it. Okay, Tentacruel, Hitmonchan, Kabutops, and Aerodactyl. Okay, Venonat, okay. Marowak. All right. Yo, we got the Kabutops. Let's go. That is awesome, and it's a holo rare. Very, very nice. So already we have a Pokemon we were missing. Only 3 remaining to finish out Gen 1. Oh, Mewtwo. All right. And we get a Charizard EX. Okay, that was pack number 1. But already we have a new one of only 3 left. Only 3 left. We got this. We can do this. Okay, pack number 2. Actually. Okay, Doduo. All right. Murderer. Ponyta, Porygon, Kingler. Okay. I love that Bulbasaur. I love that Bulbasaur. I'm setting that aside for Ari. Okay. Do a Pokeball reverse. Articuno, Pokeball reverse. Yeah, hold up. Never mind. That's Tentacool. Tentacool, reverse, Pokeball. And that is an upgrade, though. That is at least an upgrade. I love this Dragonite card. Look at that. Look at our boy. That's very cute. The Mewtwo again. And the Charizard EX again. Maybe. Because I was told that the hit rates are not your typical amazing hit rates in the jumbo packs. Perhaps that was correct. I don't know. I'm a little worried, everybody. I don't know. I never do this because it's completely illogical. But help me out and hit a like for good luck. Drop a like for luck. Because somehow that's going to change what's in this pack in my hands in the past. Like way earlier than you actually watching this video. It must work. That's why you hear it all the time. Not all the time, but sometimes. Okay, great Pikachu card there. Come on, only 3 remaining. 3 Pokemon left for Gen 1. Come on. The Yukamori Magnemite. I do have this one already. I think in English, maybe. I love this Ghastly. Pokeball reverse. Okay. Mr. Mime. Vileplume. Are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? All 3 hits were Charizard EXs? Are you serious? Okay. All right. Huh? What do you mean? I think there's supposed to be at least 1 full art in that box. So, oh man, this is, okay. Don't miss the next video because we're going to find out real quick whether you should be messing with this box or not. Oh my God. No wonder those cards are so expensive. I'll see you in the next one. Charizard, leave me alone, okay? Please. What was that? At least we got this. We are a quarter of the way there. I mean, with the right trainer cards, you don't need to have 4 of your EXs. You just get like, what is it? Is it Dawn that lets you get the basic stage 1 and stage 2? So you just really need to have 2 of them at least in there, and then bam, you just go hunt them down once you get a Dawn. Usually works best for you in your budget. Definitely, in my opinion, hype the heck out of Braithorn for his help after you get one that you choose. Only rewarded the effort, knowing he was truly helpful and appreciated for it. I empathize with wanting to feel appreciated, truly worth. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Panther. Thank you for that. I know it takes you a while to type out the messages, so that means a lot to me. Thank you very much. Okay. So we're continuing on with the Pokemon Chinese 151 surprise jumbo booster box. 6 packs, 20 cards each. I've opened Chinese packs before. The hit rates are like okay, how about this? The surprise was in 3 packs. The 3 hits were 3 Charizard EXs. Surprise! Surprise! Here you go. I don't like that surprise. I like better surprises. Okay, we're finishing off this box. Okay, at least we got the Kabutops Hollow, which we were needing for Gen 1. We still have 3. We have 3 left for Gen 1 that we need. But, like, I still want to hit. The hits in this set are amazing. So what the heck, Pokemon? Why that? Give me this card. I'll take the Gengachu as an apology. How about that? Okay, let's finish this thing off because, I mean, I was ready to recommend this thing as a good way to get 151 cards. And it probably is, honestly. At like 120 or so, it's like the same price as Mega Dream, but for 151 cards. If you don't care that it's in Chinese, it could help you with your Gen 1 and your Pokedex. But like, I'm used to better hits from, okay, whatever. Let's just get to the packs. Let's just get to the cards. No more whinging until probably the end of this video. Foreshadowing is a literary device. Okay, anyways. Oh, man. Okay. Hi, Oddish. Hey. What's up, Geodude? Dragonair. Okay. All right. We're just going to speed up a little bit because I need to know that it's not going to be all... Imagine all Charizard EXs. Imagine... Sayai, Jolteon, and the Venus. Well, it's not all Charizards. Sorry, Shanala. There's a Venusaur EX. It's look. I still sleeve it. Okay, I'm. It's okay. It's fine. All right. Penultimate pack. Hold on. Here we go. Penultimate pack. Second to last pack here. Not the usual one where the magic is, but maybe. Maybe. Maybe? Rooting for a Blastoise. Thank you, Erasable. This stack is way out of control. Hold on. Pinsir. Okay, Slowbro. Or whatever. Okay. Charmander. No, that's not Slowbro. Okay. Poliwhirl. All right. Starmie. Zubat. Okay, just please. I need to hurry up. I need to go faster. It can't be. It cannot be this bad. It cannot be this bad. It cannot be this bad. It's gonna. This is the hit. This is the hit coming up right now. Right now. And it's an ultra rare golem. It's an ultra rare golem. That is my secret rare. Is an ultra rare golem. That I already have. At least it's not a regular EX. So let's just get it over with. Let's just get it over with and do this last pack. I don't know that I'm expecting any last pack mojo here. I might have lost my mojo here with this. Can I at least get another new Pokemon? Okay, a Tentacruel, Hitmonchan, or Aerodactyl. Please. 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 Come on. You can do it. Hi, Poliwhirl. Or Poliwag. My bad. Goldeen. Okay. Oh, I love this Gengar, though. That's such a good Gengar card. Oh! Look at the Doduo Shiny. Baby Shiny Doduo. I didn't know baby Shinies were in this. That's actually really cute. And I think an upgrade for Doduo. The other one was Dodrio, was it? I don't know. I saw two heads. That's Duo. Well, that's our hits, I guess. And I only got one new Pokemon. But then again, I mean, out of 151, I was only missing 4. So the odds were not in my favor that I was going to get. That's the reason those are still missing, is because they're not the more common pulls, I guess. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and say maybe skip this one. Unless you're really hard up for 151 Pokemon for your Pokedex. In which case, this is one of the cheaper ways to get them. It really is. So, yeah. All right, I guess I'll take it. This guy's not in a lot of sets, so, as far as I've seen, so I'll take that. And we always love a baby shiny. Okay. Not worth the money, though. For me. Having narrowed down so many Pokemon off of the first gen. So it's okay. It's all right. I'll definitely feel better if you get subscribed or hit follow. That'll make me feel better in post this moment. So future me, feel better. All right. I'll catch you in the next one. Wow. Wow. I like this Gengar, though. That's a pretty dope Gengar. Yep, no Bubble Mew, no Shiny Mew, no Pikachu, no nothing. Okay. Well, it's not 6 Charizard, but I guess it's okay. Yeah, sorry. I'm real sorry that happened to you. Yeah, I called Dodrio Doduo. Might have to voice over that one so I don't sound like an idiot. Okay. The shiny Doduo is an upgrade. It is an upgrade. I'm not going to sort this one on stream because there's probably a solid number of upgrades for Gen 1 in here. So I'll do that later. See, lots of these. Maybe I love this Ditto card. I love this Ditto card so much. It's such a good card. They're just flexing how much they can, how good they are at getting the holo to only cover certain things, and then Ditto is just like the not holo thing. Oh, sorry you didn't get your Blastoise erasable. Love that Dragonite. So good. So it's such a good card. Good art. Yay. All right. And then a whole stack of bulk I can't use. With Pokemon I already have. Yeah, Slowbro. Yeah, and I got this really cute Bulbasaur, but I think I've already given Ari one of these Bulbasaur with this art. But Ari, she's always happy to get another. Also, what's with the curve on these, man? I didn't mention it in the video, but like, dang. At least on this one. That first video is very funny, though, with the 3 Charizards. That is hilarious. It's genuinely funny. Also, the whole thing about, like, Golem is an upgrade. Can't be that many cool Golem cards. I already have that one. That's what I was saying. I said I already have it. Oh, wait. Did I never upgrade it? I guess I never updated in the Pokédex. I could have sworn I saw that Golem card, that I pulled it at some point. But it's just showing an uncommon right now. Let me look. Yeah, I guess it is an upgrade. Thank you for mentioning that. Usually it would be Natty, but I feel like I accidentally shamed Natty into silence. Natty, I'm sorry. It's fine. I just like messing with you. All right. 1 second, and I will consider what to do next after this. Well, it's not 1 second. It's a few, really. Okay, I know what I want to do next. Shiny Golem or Lowland Golem GX cards that are better. It's a good one. It is a good one. Not a lot of good Golem cards out there. Okay, I want to do this next. Even though I've done a bunch of these, I want more like nice trainer cards for deck building. So I want to open this now. Not exciting content, but like, it's for me. This one's for me. All right. I'm about to open. Okay, let me look at the right camera. I'm about to open yet another Perfect Order ETB for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, this one came in later than the other ones that I had. That was supposed to be all the ETBs out open. And the other reason, more importantly, this is for me. It's not going to be as entertaining, but this is for me. I want more cool trainer cards because I'm using some of these to build decks. So. Yes, I'm trying to get into the TCG. So yeah, this is for me. This set rather, is for players, to be clear. If you're like, a Perfect Order sucks, you don't play the TCG probably. But don't get it twisted though. There are so many great cards in this set that I have yet to pull. So there could be some surprises in here. Who knows? After that Chinese 151 box, I could use a nice surprise. Because the surprise in that surprise box wasn't a great one. Yada yada. We've done the Perfect Order ETB a bunch of times. We don't need to go over all that. We're just opening it, yanking the packs, and getting right into it. Although, I will say that I may just be... I have a couple of these Tyrant promo cards now. I may actually be using... For every Tyrant in that set, it's going to be one of these. In that deck, if I'm doing a fighting deck. Yeah, I'm going to have like an auxiliary thing, an auxiliary sort of line with Tyrantrum in a Mega Zygarde EX deck. So yeah, that it's just cool. It's just cool to have the nice card for that. Okay, we're also still, of course, hoping for the Mega Starmie. So I have only 1 pack with the Mega Starmie art on it. That one's going to be last. Because that's the one that has the card, the Mega Starmie SIR is in there, obviously. Okay. Let's get started. Let's see what we get. Okay, much better to focus when I'm closer. I really wish I could just use autofocus for this, but too shallow depth of field means it will actually focus on my fingertips more than the Pokemon cards if I'm not holding them properly. That's why I do manual focus for these. And I adjust it over and over. You can fix a lot of things in post, but you cannot fix bad focus. Something out of focus cannot be fixed. Okay. All right, let's see what we get. There's not going to be any searching to see if any of the commons or uncommons or new Pokemon. They're not going to be at this point. I've opened a lot of perfect order. Vivillon, the evil Vivillon. A very mean card, and I am running that in a grass deck. Fletchling reverse, Aegislash reverse, and Chien-Pao Hollow. Okay. No first pack magic for this one. Saving the best for last. You know, the Mega Starmie pack was the first one, and we moved it to the back. So that's delayed first pack magic. That's what that is. Okay. I just get so uncertain with it if there's even the slightest bit off. Because I move my hands around and I don't put them in exactly the same spot. Okay. Esper, Probopass, Sail Fossil, Dedenne, Raticate, Lumiose Galette, Volcanion. Who's out there playing ZA to try and finish all the dexes to get the shiny Volcanion now? This is dating the video of when it was actually recorded, by the way. Reverse Potion. Cool. Reverse Salandit. Telepathic Energy. Good. Nice. I actually needed one more hollow of this, so that's perfect. Oh, there's something back there. Some kind of EX. Accidentally peeked that. All right. Probopass. Sail Fossil again. Actually, didn't put that in the wrong place. There we go. Dedenne. Ariados. Barbaracle. Actually, pretty cool utility to this card. Talonflame, Naveen, Lumiose Galette reverse. That's pretty cool, actually. Shaman reverse, and that's not the Mega Starmie I meant. Thank you for the Mega Starmie EX, though. I am thinking about using it for a what? Let me see. Jetting Blow. Attack does 50 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Okay, to a bench Pokemon. Along with 120 to the Pokemon that's in the active spot. Nebula Beam. This attack's damage isn't affected by weaknesses or resistance, so you can't double it if your opponent's active Pokemon is a fire Pokemon. By any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. Okay, so it's just straight up 210. I mean, if you end up accidentally, oh, you know what? I won't even like. If you end up going against something that resists it, that can be good. If you're squandering a weakness you could have taken advantage of, that could be bad, I guess. It's kind of neutral. It is a Mega Starmie. I was specific. I did say SIR. I did say SIR. I was very specific. I've learned at this point. Energy Search. Nice. Okay. Furfrou. Tyrunt. I hate when I put things in the wrong pile. Makes it harder to sort later. Servine. Vivillon. Aegislash. Energy Swatter. Raticate. Reverse. Salandit reverse. Lapras EX. Okay. 30 damage for each water energy attached to this Pokemon. All right, switch this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. So it's like flip turn in VGC, in the games. Flip turn. So you do your attack, 30 damage for each water energy. Take it back to your bench. Move another active Pokemon up. Move a bench Pokemon up to the active spot. Kind of cool. Okay, I mean, I guess. Again, I'm still learning it, so I don't know what's good and what isn't necessarily. But 2 EXs for that are water type there so far. I guess I'm getting a hint that I should be running a good water deck then. I don't know. Okay, Klefki, Energy Search, Staryu, Binacle, Raticate, Rose's Encouragement, Vivillon, Superior Reverse, Clefairy Reverse, Lander's Hollow. This is a little rough. I haven't gotten a single... Well, I've gotten a couple of reverse foil trainer cards. That's good, but I think I had those enough of those already for a deck. Extras aren't bad if they're ones that have a lot of utility, though. Lumiose Galette heals and removes a status effect, so that's actually pretty good, in my estimation, as someone who is not experienced in the game. Snorlax, Dedenne, Spritzy, Ariados, Luxio, Pokepad. I got plenty of these in reverse and a couple of full arts, so I'm good there. Jacynth, Core Memory Reverse. This is good. I like this for a Mega Zygarde EX deck. Just a little shine to it. Not a bad thing. Talonflame Reverse, Decidueye EX. I want to make a quick confession here. Where do I have it? All right, 1 second. So I really like Decidueye EX, and I'm working on a deck that is Decidueye EX grass deck, right? So I cannot buy single cards for the Pokedex. That doesn't mean I can't buy single cards for playing the TCG and building decks. So in case I wanted to use a full 4 of the Decidueye EXs, which I probably won't, I bought a few of the ultra rares because they're pretty cheap. And it's just way cooler to drop an ultra rare. And knowing I'm not wearing out an expensive card, which is nice. Little Whimsicott EX for a couple of them, actually. See, I'm still whittling this down to the 60 for the deck. But yeah, why not do that, right? This is a few bucks each. That's it. It does take forever for TCG player vendors to ship cards. It's kind of super duper annoying. But anyways, yeah, but we got a regular one there. Why not? All right. Decidueye is awesome. And I can go over it again. The effect of Decidueye plus Vivillon and Judge is crazy. I covered it already, but and this is all from just watching Purple Cliff talk about it a little bit. I for some reason, I haven't gone out and watched videos on deck building. I need to do that. I should do that. Okay, moving on. Oops, wrong way. Too many Sun and Moon packs, I guess. Did you see have you seen my Crimson Invasion booster box videos? And if you have, what do you think? Because that is not a financially sound purchase, but it is sensible for building a Pokedex using my method. Probopass, Snorlax, Dedenne, Spritzy, Volcanion. Another core memory here. Just so you know, core memory is exciting because if you have a Mega Zygarde EX, this you can use a 350 damage attack, but it does discard all the energy from the Pokemon. So that's like a last-ditch thing. It just does more damage than your regular attack does. Hippowdon, reverse Rose's Encouragement, reverse Sail Fossil, and a Mega Skarmory EX. This is cool. This is cool. I had maybe one of these, so I'm glad to get another. I'm actually really glad to get another. This is why I say this is a set for players. Like when you have a special energy in the hit spot in the pack, that is for players. I need to stop. It's not sun and moon. They're facing the correct direction now. Okay. I wonder what the first card is. It's a potion. Rowlet. Gonna need these for that Decidueye EX, but I do have them. Amora. Hippopotas. Talonflame. Naveen. Aegislash. Snorlax. Reverse. Aegislash Reverse. Dugong Hollow. I'm not saying I don't want some kind of hit here, like a bigger hit, like full art or something. I do want that. Give me a Pokepad full art. That's what I want. I want a full art Pokepad. But the main thing I want, and that's why we used the Mega Skarmory art pack last, even though it was first, we want the SIR Mega Starmie. Mega Starmie SIR. That's what's in here. And as a matter of fact, it is right there. That's the one. It's right there. Don't believe me? Let's find out. Crushing Hammer, Salandit, Scatterbug, Snorlax, Diggersby, Core Memory. All right, I get it, universe. I'm doing the Mega Zygarde deck, all right? Huh? Oh. Okay. Hippowdon into Hippowdon Reverse, Sail Fossil Reverse, and Mega Starmie SIR. Or a Mega Zygarde EX Ultra Rare. Okay. Okay, universe. I'm building the Mega Zygarde deck. Relax. I already have one of these in the Pokedex, so I get to use this in a deck now. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm not buying any more Perfect Order, so I guess I don't get to have the Mega Starmie by my own efforts of ripping packs. I'll have to trade for it. And you better believe I will, because that card is peak. Peak itself wishes it were so peak. Okay? So, there we go. You know, a lot of utility in what we pulled here, adding on to the different types of EXs. I mean, apparently I need to build a water deck, but I just don't know about this Mega Starmie. I don't know about Mega Starmie EX in play. It does. I don't know because I'm not experienced, but I feel like it's not very good. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, you know what? I'll take this. It's going into the Mega Zygarde EX deck along with... Is there a full art Core Memory? I don't think so. So the best we can hope for... Wait, where did you go, buddy? Where are you, buddy? Come here, buddy. This recording is too long, buddy. Okay. And now I've got a reverse Core Memory to go with it. I think I might have one other one. Anyways, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. I guess more fun stuff to open later. This was more for me, but I appreciate you watching it anyway. See you in the next one. I didn't even do a call to action. What kind of YouTuber am I? What are you waiting for? Build a deck. You know, that was just a little too late for me to say it, to respond in the video. Oh, well. Well, I know you're paying on shipping, Bray. My order from the 19th, because they had to find the stock of the stuff I ordered, and about half was missing. Ooh. I might have just ordered a bunch of like 50-cent Ace Spec cards. Just like one of each, so that I have options, because Ace Spec is now in the meta again. If you haven't heard me talk about them already, Ace Spec cards are trainer cards that are just like pumped up to the max, and you can only put one in your deck at all, meaning it could very easily at the beginning of the game get set aside as a prize card, and then you don't ever see it until you beat one of the Pokemon and pull it as a prize card. But it can, with some situations, turn the tide of the game. Just don't go overboard. Right. I always do anyways. MXB mods. How many free PCs people send you? Yeah, in a global shortage. So many. So many. I'm not even an actual person. I am made of free PCs, as it turns out. I used to get PCs for unboxing and review, and if it was one I could keep, 95% chance I gave it away. It was a 95% chance I would give it away, unless it was something that like, hey, we want this PC to, like, we're setting up a good editing PC for you, and that would be like once every couple years. I would do something like that. Usually it was PCs for me to give away. But in the last year and a half, ever since the launch of 50 series, pretty much marketing budgets for that have dried up like crazy. So yeah. Now I talk more about Pokemon cards than PCs. Welcome to Ramageddon, and pretty much PC-mageddon at this point, because it's a lot of PC parts are going to be in a global shortage at this point. Or very soon, in terms of like things like CPUs that are going to be hit with that as well pretty soon. Sucks, but them's the breaks, I guess. I don't think I got a single like upgrade here. I am setting this aside because that's going to go immediately into my fighting deck. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. I'm actually really happy with getting that, considering ordering one. Chris, a hello is always nice. It is. It is. Some people just don't understand that going into a stream, it is actually a social interaction. And if you're the type of person that walks up to like a group of people and you just start saying stuff instead of saying hi, well, I guess that shines through here too. I feel like that's also the kind of person who will walk up to a group of people who are laughing and be like, ha 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 ha, ha, and then just like laugh and then get looked at a little funny. But like, I'm saying this as someone who spent much of my life very socially awkward, and in large part, I am sometimes still very socially awkward. If like I'm in a certain mindset, like if I'm not psyched up to be social, I'm not ready for it. But like, I'm what you call an ambivert, essentially, which is somewhere between. It has elements of both introvert and extrovert, right? Basically, I am perfectly fine. Like if I'm at an event and they're like at like a trade show or a con or something, and they're like, "Hey, you were just going to be in the panel, but we need you to lead the whole thing now. That person couldn't show up." All right, I got it. Like that's part of me is on one side of things. And on the other side of things, at the end of the day on that con, I just want to go be alone. I'm not going to like, hey, let's go out and get drinks, blah, blah, blah. Nope, I'm done. Battery depleted. I got nothing left. Didn't I just see an energy search? Yes. Just saw Naveen as well. Where are you, buddy? Wait, that's a Pokemon. That's not a item card. What am I doing? If we was on a video call, yeah, then hi, hello. But this is a comment. It's not the comment section. It's chat. There's an actual comment section. I just want you to read and respond. No, you're in a live chat. Comments can be made after the stream is over. Live chat is live. It's okay, though. You can't use it anymore. Also, if you leave comments in the actual comment section you were thinking about, I can't see them now. So you're hidden on this channel now. Look, there's a lot of places where you can go and be rude for free. So go do that. Like, who's gonna like, oh man, yeah, this is a good response. It's incorrect, but I'm gonna make it anyway. While literally right, like you are millimeters away from an actual comment section, my friend. Right guy, what's up? Hey, O'Bray, remember me mentioning my team Magma Groudon EX full art? Well, oh yeah. I sold it today for 400 buckaroos. Nice. What booster boxes should I hunt for at my card show this weekend with my moolah? Well, I mean, what are you trying to collect? What are you trying to get? I mean, for one thing, I think generally the most you get for your money is going with like Japanese boxes, especially if they're high class boxes. So like 400 bucks is like three Mega Dream EX boxes plus change, like with money left over. And the hit rates on those are really good. However, like if you look up, like let's take a look at something here. Right here. If we go to sets here, let's take a look at Ascended Heroes, right? And let's look at the Mega Gengar EX. Raw price, $1492.76. Right? The Pikachu used to be, it was at $800 a week ago. It's now at $1,079, right? The English market is going crazy. So like if you wanted to chase that, you could go for Ascended Heroes. But in English, the Ascended Heroes pull rate sucks. So what if instead you go for Japanese Mega Dream EX? Well, the Mega Gengar is now $420. It's $1,000 less in value, but your likelihood of getting any big hit is way better. You just have to be okay. If you're more into the collecting side, Mega Dream EX. If you want a chance and making money, don't buy Pokemon cards. It's a bad gamble. It's not good because the really valuable stuff is valuable because it's very hard to pull. This Canary card is so dope though. That is such a cool one. This, I mean, I have that in English and I'm surprised at the value of that because it's just a mega attack rare. That's perfect order. There are no valuable cards in perfect order. Well, I guess the Meowth is up there, and so is the gold Mega Zygarde. But yeah, almost $100 for just a mega attack rare. These are like 1 in 100 packs or 1 in 50 packs. Or the odds are not that bad. So I was thinking of Ascended Heroes because the ETB prices and booster bundles are cheaper to build a collection of this set. Well, hang on a second. If you're looking at it that way, I get it, and I get why you might want to go with Ascended Heroes. Just understand the pull rates are abysmal, but people keep buying it because there's a chance at a God Pack. It really is Prismatic Evolutions all over again with slightly better odds. Slightly. I could just log into my other burner account, lol. So choose wisely or you'll wake up to thousands of comments. Wait, the GOAT 2702. You're telling me all I have to do to get you to waste an entire night of your life is to just, I don't know, not put up with BS? You really want to spend your time on someone with 10 viewers? Nobody's going to see those comments. Like nobody's coming here looking at these. What I used to actually get views for is an industry that is dead right now. Okay? I am someone who is basically, I am washing out in real time. I'm becoming a washed up YouTuber in real time because of AI. I have greater concerns than actually someone who is admitting to harassment, by the way, admitting to intent to harass. Okay? Like, I have much greater concerns in that as I watch my career crumble in front of me just so that AI companies can buy more silicon and put it in a warehouse. I literally just said, hey, it would be nice if you said hi. And it wasn't even me that said it. It was another chatter. Yeah, I mean, stop. God, YouTube chat is the worst. And yeah, and you just had a question about free PCs. So, I don't know. If you want to spend your time, which is literally the only thing you can never get back, on logging into a bunch of accounts and leaving comments that nobody's going to see, you can do that. It would be harassment, and you shouldn't do it. Okay? Especially someone who's basically just trying to get by after his job is pretty much null and void of helping people with PCs, because nobody can buy PCs now. You want to do that? It makes you feel, if it makes you feel better, go for it, I guess. You don't have my actual permission, and it would be harassment. It's your choice. Or you can just say hi. That's it. You got to understand something. When you go into somebody's stream, you have an open invitation to do that, right? But even then, it's like somebody's home. And say you go to a party or something, a birthday party or a hangout or whatever at somebody's house, and you're rude to that person, even if it's just them thinking you're rude, and they'd ask you to leave. Do you think they did something wrong to you because they asked you to leave their home? Is that the kind of person you are? Or do you think, man, I kind of messed that up. Those are friends I could have made, a community I could have joined. And then when you have the chance to maybe say, you know what, my bad, you instead send it and make it worse and let everybody know what kind of person you are. To chuckle and use our water. Yeah, I know. I like Vivid Voltage when I did some of those openings, but I think they're pretty hefty price now. Vivid Voltage, it's okay. Also, wouldn't getting thousands of comments just boosting the algorithm and make you more popular? Natty, shh. I am trying to rile this person up so I get all that engagement. Do you mind? There's literally, like, there are very few ways to actually hurt someone's YouTube channel. And if you're not a company with like copyright music that someone actually used and you can actually file a copyright, there's really not a lot you can do that would act, because if you do a bunch of mean comments, YouTube is like, hey, this is something getting people's attention. We got to show it to more people. Like, I literally stopped everything I was doing and I was like, ooh, okay, let's talk to this person. They just offered a service to me. Like, even when you get like, what is it? When you get like a bot raid or something like that and they just like spam you and whatnot, it's still viewers. I don't want bots as viewers, but like for a moment, you surge in viewership. Now, Twitch at least is coming down on bots, but YouTube has got nothing for that. They got nothing for that. It's really crazy. Dude needs smacked. Can we go back to Pokemon, lol? Fair and correct, but it's okay. I mean, really, it's funny how people treat anonymity differently, right? Some people might look at anonymity as like an opportunity to, like, maybe if you're like, there's a lot of people out there, and I was one, as well. And I still am one in some ways who have trouble making friends. I honestly have more trouble keeping friends than making friends. I can make friends pretty easily, but keeping friends, I'm difficult with that because I don't talk to people unless I'm around them. I'm really bad about communications and all that when it comes to friendships. I'm really bad about it, right? But anonymity online, like that gives people who have social anxieties and things like that a chance to be, you know, to explore. Like, I'm going to be more fun online, or I'm going to be funnier, or I'm just going to be more. I'm going to make friends. I'm going to be whatever. Even whatever. There's other people who are like, I'm going to use this to be a turd. I'm going to be a turd, and because no one can tell it's me, that's actually okay. When they don't realize, like, hey, this was an opportunity to make friends or like share interests, right? Clearly, if it's someone who's interested in PCs, I do talk about PCs a lot here still. And I helped somebody with a computer, just finding a gaming PC just earlier this stream. I do it for free. I help people out as much as I can, especially when things are tough like they are. But yeah. How many cards do you think you have minus everything that isn't a holo or full art, etc.? So bulk. So that's called bulk, right? It's in the thousands of cards at this point. I mean, the only measurement we can actually do is like if we're using the spreadsheet is going to be in unique cards. And the current estimated total of unique cards that I have, as in I have one or more, is 2,080. And there are going to be plenty of duplicates when it comes to bulk. So, yeah. By the way, what's up, Shotgun Luffy? How you doing? If y'all, by the way, if y'all are just hanging out and lurking, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Y'all do keep this going. Help me get mine through Alexander. Nice, nice. How long ago was that? I appreciate you coming in to hang out. Oh, there's an ad break. They can't hear me. Dang it. Unless they have turbo. Holy crap, I noticed you completed J, but I didn't see you completed E, O, Q, and V. Yep. That's going to have to be something that I take note of in post, basically. Like with a graphic or something. Some kind of animation would be really cool. To be honest, I'm also playing games, so I'm a bit distracted. That's okay. It's not a problem. I mean, if you had been active in chat, I would have gone back to old streams and just showed how many times I've used that knife. Don't them ads on YouTube, though? Well, no, that's for Twitch chat. On YouTube, I don't get any indication of when an ad is playing. Thanks, YouTube. I appreciate it. Was there ever a time when Ryzen 7, okay, could be paired with DDR3? No. I don't think so. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. I'd have to look at it, but I'm pretty sure we were on DDR4 when AM4 came out. Now, you can probably get a DDR3 to DDR4 like converter thing. Don't do that. Swear to God, I'm going to stop pointing things out. I'm already not going to live down the swarm thing. I'm not going to set myself up for the knife thing. Are you trying to send that message to past you? Because it did happen. Natty, you have to understand, it's actually not even a problem. It's just funny. I don't take it personally if you don't remember what knife I'm using. I don't think so either. Yeah. I don't think that was a thing. Yeah, I don't think any of these are upgrades either. Oh, well. I think I have enough hollow telepathic energies now for a psychic deck. So the thing about telepathic energies like these, anything, the only card that you're limited to a maximum of 4 of the same card in a deck of 60 cards, unless it's basic energy. These are special energy, so you can only put 4 in a deck. So if you want to have 4 of these for your deck, which these are energies that also give abilities or attributes or whatever, extra health on the grass one, and just things like that. You need to have 4 of, and I just like the thought of having all of them be hollow ones. They didn't make full arts of these. I think they should have made full arts of these. I think they're really cool. But I'm probably alone in that, honestly. I don't think anybody else thinks they're that cool. But yeah, not really much reason to go through these in terms of the Pokédex and whatnot, because yeah, they're just going to be duplicates. I can't believe someone threatened to spend an entire night of their life that they won't get back farming engagement for me. That's crazy. That is so crazy. What a threat. Don't threaten me with a good time, man. It's so funny. Got to be known for something, Christopher. You got to be known for something. Yeah. So it was almost 2 years ago now, man, and going strong, man. And you're not even having to sit there thinking, oh, my warranty is going to be up here in a year. Nope, not unless. I mean, it's lifetime warranty. You're set. You're good. We're ever into Magic the Gathering. Very briefly. We're ever into Magic the Gathering. Oh, very briefly. Apparently my sound is on there. Very briefly. It was in high school, of course. I mean, it was like MTG had already been out around for a couple years when I saw it, and my friends were playing it. And then they told me how much they were spending on it. Like as teenagers, I was like, I can't do that. I like, my thing is I want PC parts. I want to make music. I want this. I want that. Like, I had other interests, which is also why, even though I was very interested, I never got into Pokemon cards back then at like 99. So, but yeah, my friends played, and there was one time I went to a convention and they had Magic the Gathering was there, and they had things where you would buy a deck that was pre-made, and then you would play in a tournament. And I got to like 3rd place on a pre-made deck. I still had it, whatever I had picked up when I first played it. It's a very easy to pick up game, just like Pokemon. Very easy to pick up and start playing. There wasn't a chance of me winning that thing though. The guy who won was really good. Okay, let's see here. All right. That's a sweet lull. Recently, I inherited my brother's collection, and he's mid-40s or so, but he has some first-gen stuff and crazy when I looked up prices. Yeah. I mean, it changes when it's even lightly played, but it's still fascinating to look up how much a lot of that stuff is worth now. Just ridiculous. In a way, TCGs there are a lot of broken markets. Pokemon is one of them. Perfect Order gets like sneered at because it doesn't have a card you can pull that's worth $1,000. Please forgive the Pokemon Company for wanting something that wouldn't get its prices hiked into the stratosphere so that players could build decks. Like, how do you, like, oh, we'll just go buy the singles. How do you think those get into circulation? People ripping packs and then selling cards or trading cards they don't want. That's how the circulation starts. It's like, however, there are a ton of card shops out there that have boxes of bulk that for very cheap, you can go and, I need to stop hitting my desk. I have too many precarious things perched precariously that plummet precipitously. That's not the right last word there, but that's okay. It's actually very cheap to get into Pokemon because the way Pokemon does it, there will be a card for collectors that is worth $1,000, and there will be a 50-cent card, and they do the same thing. That's how Pokemon does it. Don't know if Magic the Gathering does it that way. It's been way too long for me to remember that. But that's how Pokemon makes the game accessible for all, even when the collector side of things is pretty busted. And that's good of them to do it that way. Hey, Bray, I don't think I ever asked, you use 7TV? I've never even really looked into it in all my years of streaming. I know it's a thing. I know kind of mostly what it does. I see other streamers use it, particularly ones that show chat on screen like this. Now, I think I do have it active in terms of like what Twitch and like the streaming software has allows for, but yeah, I don't use it myself really. Digimon does it that way, and so does Yu-Gi-Oh! If I'm not mistaken, didn't Yu-Gi-Oh! Just get full art cards like a year ago or something? Okay. Is it that time? I mean, actually, yeah. But okay. It is, you're actually correct, Chris. It is about that time. And my buddy Manly is playing more Need for Speed. Oh, playing Carbon now. Okay. Not Most Wanted, but still. Not as good, but still fine. We're going to raid my buddy Manly. One disclaimer, though. I keep things clean in my streams. And by the way, I'm talking about Twitch. There's not really rating on YouTube. There is, but it sucks. Sorry. But yeah. I think you have to get permission or something from the person. It's weird. Anyways, I don't really cuss during my streams. I don't know where I picked up that habit. I cuss all the time in real life, but I just keep things family friendly because kids come in and ask about computers sometimes. Whatever. Anyways, other streamers don't have that same self-restriction. So if that is something that would bother you, please be aware. Maybe mute Twitch before I bring you over with me, but stick with me for the next 90 seconds or so. Let's go bring some positive vibes over to another streamer, and this is a buddy of mine. So, oh hey, Ghost Poner's over there. Nice. That's someone from our community. Is hanging. This is my favorite thing. This is why I like to raid, because you find streamers that you'll watch sometimes instead of watching me, which I'm fine with that. I promise. Oh wait, what? Okay. I was asking because I had a friend in real life say they had an older iBuyPower pre-built with a 1500 XRD with DDR3 and an RX 550. I would have to research it. I don't know. I'll just do AM4 DDR3. AMD Ryzen and the AM4 platform do not support DDR3 in any capacity. Yep, there you go. Panther, I always appreciate you hanging out, and you're awesome. That was a Google question, though. That was a very Googleable question. If you had missed me and I had rated, I would have felt bad. RX 550, yes, solid. But you're all good. No worries. I really literally just Googled it. And I was like, AM4, DDR3. And they were like, nope. I was like, okay. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the best. Thank you so much for hanging out. We're gonna raid Manly now, so yes, earmuffs if you don't like cursing, because he does it all the time. Also, headphone user warning, because he has very loud alerts. Please, more people join the raid. I would really appreciate that, but it's okay. I know what's up. It's all good. I'll see you guys on. I might see you tomorrow. I might do a gaming stream tomorrow, where we pick up the Nuzlocke. I'll see how I feel. Check the announcements channel on the Discord, and Braethorn EX on YouTube, and of course the Twitch channel is where that stream would be. I'll catch y'all otherwise on Sunday. Till then, take care.
Let's go, nerds!